No, I got you on this one, Coach. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina, upstate, A64. Yeah. The FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Come rock with me. We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the fanatic, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the southeast from state to state? What team hungry gon' eat everything up off they plate? Who the next one that's really gon' step up and be great? Yeah, the FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I see. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah, part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Part of my team. I love the fans like they part of my team. Yeah. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment, subscribe, all that. The fanatic. Yeah.
Welcome into the Fanatic Sports Channel for sports fans by a sports fan. It's your boy Coach I. Got my guys in here. What's going on, Shorty? I got you. We can hear you. Got Stat Guy in here. Stat Guy, you still watching the South Carolina game?
Oh, you already know I'm watching the South Carolina game. Called this upset back in March, baby.
Yeah, you did. 17-7, baby. Hey, we got some things, man. Just a couple of quick notes before we get started. Stat Guy did release his first episode of No Hitter Baseball Podcast. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out on the channel, man. We're gonna be adding some things, rebranding some things. Hey, man, we moving forward with this Fanatic brand, man. So, Shawty, what's going on, man?
What's happening, Coach? Good to see you, man.
Hey, man, good day in Athens. Good day. It was a nice day. The dogs started a little slow, but I felt like in the second half we got our mojo back. We can get into that a little bit more later, man. Just a little rundown. Michigan beat Indiana. We can talk about that a little later. They actually kind of struggled. Their coach had a seizure or something like that. Running back coach. The running back coach.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah. Jeff, earlier you was right. It's a little bit different than a player getting hurt because players get hurt. You just think, hey, they're gonna be out a couple of games. Somebody have a seizure, you start thinking life or death kind of. You don't know because you don't know what's wrong. So I think they was a little affected by that, but they got back on track. I think they ended up beating Indiana by like 31-10, something like that.
Yeah, no, they put it away late.
Yeah. Oklahoma drummed Texas. Like, bruh, I don't even know we'll have to start on that one later.
Oklahoma got some problem, man.
Yeah, they do. Kansas lost a close one to TCU. They lost their quarterback in the first half, but the guy that started a lot of games last year, I think his last name Bean or Keen or something like that, he came in and played good, man. It was a good game, dog. They had a chance to win it at the end, man. I don't know. They barely lost, but TCU still undefeated nonetheless.
Coach, what you hate about that game was Daniels tried to dive for the end zone on 1st and goal from about the 4, stretched the ball out and got ripped, and then Kansas also missed a field goal earlier in the game. So, I mean, some tough breaks for that team that had been fired on all cylinders.
Yeah. And then elsewhere, Oklahoma State stays undefeated against Texas Tech. It was a shootout like a traditional Big 12 game.
No defense.
None. And Mizzou keeps it close like they always do against Florida, but they just didn't have enough juice in the tank. Florida did get the win today, 24-17. Tennessee let one loose on LSU, and like I said, I think in our preview, man, LSU just didn't have enough offense to keep up with Tennessee. And when Tennessee can roll through, man, like that, be comfortable, you can't do nothing about it.
You can't turn the ball over. You can't drop the opening kickoff. You can't spot them 10 points. They basically spot them 10 points.
Exactly, they did. Like you definitely can't do stuff like that with somebody that goes up tempo, and LSU ain't as deep in years as they used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State started slow. Matter of fact, CJ Stroud threw a pick six. I want to say it was like the first drive, and I knew something was up because Michigan only had like 51 yards at the end of the first quarter, and they had like 14 points or something. But they ended up pulling out. They beat them like 42-14 or so, 50-something to 14 or something like that.
Alabama's in a fist fight right now with A&M without Bryce Young.
There it is. Yeah. It was 17-14 halftime. Same thing for USC and Washington State. Washington State came to play, brother. That's all I know. And right now, 17-14 USC Trojans. Pitt, I don't know. Since Pitt lost to Tennessee, they just ain't look the same. I know Keaton Slovis got hurt, but Virginia Tech, they barely beat Virginia Tech today. Virginia Tech ain't got much of nothing. So I don't know what.
Pitt ain't the real deal, no way, man.
No, they ain't. But
mirrors.
We talking about the ACC though, Shawty. It's in the coastal at that. Not even the Atlantic. Mississippi State.
Bama just scored.
Bama just. Oh, let me see. I got that one on the other TV. So Marlon said he gonna get in when he hog wild when he get home. He said he gonna take his medicine, man. Mississippi State walk the hog on him.
I tried to tell him, man. You know.
Cincinnati scores late to come back and beat South Florida. South Florida had that game won. I don't know what happened in the fourth quarter. UCLA, Chip Kelly undefeated. They out physical Utah. Utah, that's they supposed to be the physical Pac-12 team went out. The rest of the Pac-12 team don't supposed to be physical. They ran it down their throat today.
I told y'all I wasn't buying that Utah stuff that y'all was selling, man.
Hey, man. And then Vandy kept it close for 3 quarters against Ole Miss. And then Ole Miss got real on them. But some of that was Vandy fault, man. Like, it was 28-28, I think. No, 28-24. Vandy had the ball, and they tried to throw a screen pass and threw it behind the line, scrimmage, fumble. It was like right by, like on the 10-yard line. I'm like, bro, you can't do stuff like that when you Vandy, man.
No, I'll tell you, the turning point of that game was Vanderbilt scored with like a minute and a half to go in the first half to go up 20-10 and gave up a 46-yard bomb to let Ole Miss get back down in scoring position, score a touchdown right before the half. They go up 10 at halftime, that might be a different game. But once Ole Miss cut it to 3, I was like, Vandy gonna Vandy.
Yeah. Currently, we got Florida State 17-3, South Carolina over North Carolina State. South Carolina 17-7 over Kentucky. Kentucky down 2 players. First, Will Levis didn't start. Y'all hurt. I must have hurt Tavion Robinson because he's been riding the bike the whole second half.
Oh, he was blocking on like a wide receiver screen, and defensive back came up to make the tackle. A lineman came to make the tackle, and the lineman went over the top of the wide receiver right into the dude's like leg, like thigh, knee area, and rolled him. It didn't look good. I would be shocked if he comes back in.
So, Shawty, man, which game you was watching on the 12 o'clock slot today? That was the Michigan, Indiana, LSU, Tennessee.
I watched a little bit of Michigan, but I really focus on that Tennessee game, man.
No, what you think? Like, what's going on at LSU? Like, they just say they're just gonna take a little bit with Brian Kelly.
You know what, man? You know, to be honest, I think he's a good coach. I just don't think that's a good fit.
Okay.
You know, I don't.
He seemed out of place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fit ain't right, man. And I don't know if the team is gonna ever really get behind him.
Yeah, and if you can't win the team over, like they were showing some of his locker room speech. I'm looking at the faces of the players. They're not really like facially, like you can see in they face. They like, yeah, dog, we whatever.
They ain't buying in. That's what I'm saying. They ain't buying in.
And it looked bad. Like Tennessee got going on there. I think it was like 20-7 before they knew it. And then it was 37-7. Like you can't get down in Tennessee. I was telling Jeff, man, I'm like, you ain't got that kind of offense. So you definitely, like you say, you can't start the game off fumbling punts and kicks.
You spotted them 10 points, basically. You spotted them 10 points.
Yeah. So you what you thinking? I told Jeff though, I thought Tennessee was pretty decent coming into the season. You and I talked about it. We said we're gonna be second or third, depending on what Kentucky do. I don't think today changes that. I know I seen some people online like, oh, Tennessee look, Tennessee real good. I'm like, they was the same good before they beat LSU like that. I just don't think LSU that good.
And I'm gonna be honest with you now. After the quarterback, what is it, Hooker? His name Hooker.
Yeah,
right?
Hendon Hooker.
After he got that sack from the blind side that time, I'm telling you, his accuracy went to hell. So I don't know if he might be a little hurt a little bit. But he started selling balls and stuff, and so he might be a little dinged up.
And what we seeing today in college football, listen, man. I always say, man, you can't just have the first Jimmys and Joes. You got to be deep, dog, and that include quarterback, even if they not experienced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Tennessee got nobody behind him. Maybe that's why he finished the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that didn't really hurt him today, but like. I mean, we played technically Robbie Ashford didn't start the season as an Auburn quarterback, and he got some talent, man. He just like that ain't the offense for him. You know what I'm saying? They should feature more of his running. I don't know what was going on,
bro.
Man.
I hate to say it, but he the worst quarterback I don't see him play this year.
I don't know. You must not be watching that Kentucky South Carolina game because old buddy for Kentucky don't look good at all, boy.
Well, he struggled last week too, man.
Well,
no,
yeah.
This is Kentucky's backup.
No, this Kentucky's backup.
Oh, Will Hurt?
Yeah, he didn't even start. He didn't even play. Yeah. So this dude only had took like 2 snaps all season. He looked terrible though. Like
what's the score? What's the score? Did they win or lose?
They 17-7 in the third quarter.
Kentucky up.
No, South Carolina, baby.
South Carolina.
Oh wow.
hey, Thad. First play of the game, they got their horseback. First play of the game, they tried to run a double reverse and have Chris Rodriguez pitch it back to the wide receiver. The cornerback that was on the wide receiver read it and just punched the ball like 5-7 yards back. A defensive tackle picked it up and took it down to the 2. And then we punched it in. We should be beating by 3 or 4 touchdowns, honestly.
Yeah,
that's a big win. Yeah, y'all pulled up now. That's a big win for y'all, man. Granted, the quarterback hurt, but that's a good win.
No, that's a huge win. They've only beat them once in the last 8 tries.
Oh wow.
We haven't beat a ranked team on the road in the SEC since 2013, back in the days of Connor Shaw. It's a huge win.
Yeah. No, y'all beat us in Athens in 2019, though.
I wanted you to bring that. I wanted you to bring that up.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna tell you what, man. I can't speak about the future, but with all the parity that we have right now, nobody has really separated themselves yet like they normally do. This will be a great year for the playoffs because ain't no telling who will fuck around and win or lose. You know what I mean?
You're right. This might be a great year for that 12-team playoff, dog, because there's a lot of teams be up and down. Like I'm telling you, like
UCLA, they came out of nowhere.
Bruh, and they look like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Like, I'm watching this dude mannerisms. Like, he to my confident. That dude is playing with, like, he playing like it's his senior year, and he's the 5-star they thought he was going to be. Like, for real. So, they got, they're going to have USC here soon in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to see what they really about. But, yeah, USC got to escape Washington State. Okay. So USC just scored. It's on the official review. It's 23-14 as of now, and Alabama's starting to pull away. It's 24-14. Yeah. Texas A&M. I mean, they bad. They off bad, man. They
trigger man.
It's a lot of people need a new trigger man, Charlie.
Coach, you gotta be able to make the throws.
You gotta be able to make the throws, baby. So
you can put anybody back, though. That don't mean they're gonna make the throw. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be trying to say. You can put anybody back, though.
Yeah.
One big thing from that South Carolina game, though, they're checking a box that me and you talked about in the preview, and just me and you talking. Marshawn Lloyd, 19 carries, 102 yards.
I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. Yeah, I know y'all was happy Spencer Rattler came to South Carolina. I'm like, man, I don't care who y'all got at quarterback. Y'all need to feed Marshawn Lloyd. I don't care what y'all talking about at that quarterback spot, man. Feed that dude the ball, man. It was a reason why all the schools wanted him. You know what I'm saying? He's a good running back. And that's why y'all are actually up right now. Forget all that other stuff. Y'all feeding him the ball, and he is running that thing too. And y'all not tossing it to him on a whole bunch of sweeps. Y'all giving it to him in between the tackles, which is where you should live. But,
on a double reverse.
There it is. So the Dogs, like I say, Dogs start out kind of slow. It's 14-0. I told my homeboy, man, when Stetson fumbled the ball, from that point on, we played Georgia football. Even Stetson, I think Stetson was getting a little happy with the big play. And then I think that kind of brought him back. And then from there on, we started running the ball. And when he had to make a throw, he was making the right throws. He wasn't always looking downfield. I don't know what that right before halftime, what that was all about with the 3 straight deep balls trying to. We had a minute and a half, man. We tried to take 3 straight deep balls. Like, what are we doing?
Bad clock management, man.
Bad clock.
Ain't no way you're supposed to get them folk the ball back.
No, exactly. Bad clock. So we end up and then, bro, I don't know. They can fire Brian Harsin. It's going to take a lot for Auburn to get back, though.
Yeah.
It's going to take – like you said, Trigger Man. Bo Nix wasn't good. TJ Finley hurt, but he ain't good. This dude,
they don't know what they are, man. They don't even know what they are. I mean, they're in a bad place, man. It's
the bottom of day at the cell on the SEC West, man, and it's not good for them either because everybody else is kind of like looking like between Auburn and Arkansas who gonna finish last in the West.
Well, then you gotta fire him after next week because you got to start recruiting.
That's what I told Jeff. I was like, hey. Kirby known for putting coaches on the open market, and I think that's him too, man. What's how long is it gonna take in Oklahoma though? That's what I want to know. Is he just not the guy?
He ain't. I told you he gonna be I'm talking to Hog Wild. Yeah. I told you he gonna be a good DC for y'all in about 2 years. That's about all he gonna have there, about 2 years.
Yeah, Oklahoma, one of them schools, man. Like even though Lincoln Riley.
Oh man, Texas just picked up a fumble.
Oh, who?
Alabama just fumbled.
Oh, Texas A&M just. Oh, shoot! Hold on now. I got 5 screens going here.
Hold on. He down.
Oh, okay.
He down.
BYU was getting done in by Notre Dame last time I checked in, so. I don't know. BYU a decent team, man. They just went out and scheduled too many people, man. Too many. I mean, I know they're Group of 5 and they're independent. They're actually independent, so they have to schedule all them people. But you got to get you some FCS or something. you playing way too many hard teams, dog. Penn State had the week off. Georgia Tech beat Duke. Duke started the year off 4-0. I'm talking about Georgia football earlier, and I see this go across the bottom of the screen. I'm like, come on, Duke. Y'all had one job.
Hey, man. It's like Vanderbilt. Everybody talking about Vanderbilt. Man, they ain't playing nobody. They started out 2-0, 3-0, something like that.
Yeah, Vanderbilt still say they 500 right now, which they ain't been at after 6 games in so long. I mean, they about to go sub 500 next week. They ain't got no trigger man either. They keep changing quarterbacks. They started the guy that was the real mobile guy at the beginning of the season. Now they got a different quarterback. Now you got to have somebody, like you said, you do have somebody, even if you're a running team, you got to be able to put the ball out there.
You got to be able to make the throw, folks. No matter who it is, that I'm saying, like, you can put me back there. That don't mean I can make the throw. I might even know. I might even know where to throw it and where it's going. But I mean, I make the throw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Some of these teams, man, they're going to have to stop paying these coaches so much money, man. That's all I'm saying. Florida beat Mizzou 24-17. I didn't get to see none of that game. I just was keeping up with it on the score. Did you watch any of that game?
Me a stat guy.
You?
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of it, man. Missouri defense impressed me though, man. They look good on defense, man. Coming
into our game, they was actually ranked in the top 20 defensively statistically. So they just ain't got nothing on offense though.
Right.
Yeah. They ain't got nothing on offense. And, even the touchdown they scored against us, I think we fumbled the ball or something like that on the handoff or something, gave them good field position. Mm. But they always play Florida tough, though. And Florida, I don't know. I don't know if he the guy either, though. But what'd you think about old Billy down there? He the guy?
In Florida?
Yeah, the new coach. He the guy?
You know what? I think he might be a good coach to come in and stabilize the program,
Okay,
but I don't know if he's the guy.
the guy. It ain't a lot of the
Listen, you
guys
gotta
out
get
there
some.
though.
Yeah, you gotta get some dogs. Man, I'm talking about some real live dogs.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Oh yeah, South Carolina trying to blow it open now. It's 24/7.
Well, that might do it for Kentucky, man.
Uh,
Losing that quarterback. Whew.
So yeah, it's they ain't got but 6 minutes and 53 seconds left. Yeah, I think this one pretty much over. So all right, stat guy, how you feeling about it?
I mean, I told you we it's still not great. I mean, we should have been up after we converted on the fumble, scored on that. Their very next possession, we blocked a punt, and we don't score off of it. I mean, if we want to beat teams that we want to beat, we have to mess around and at least get a 3 or another 7 there. And without doing that, man, we're not gonna beat the other teams we need to beat on our schedule. I'm trying
That's
to
right.
I'm trying to go 8-4, 9-3. And if we're trying to do that,
Okay. I asked for some realistic comments, and then you started really good, and then you started drinking the Kool-Aid. Hold on, man. Hey, I apologize to the people in the chat, man. I'm doing this on my cell phone tonight. Let me get to some of these people, man. My guy Priest Perry in the building, man. He said, first time listening tonight, Ben and Lindsay sitting in the Georgia room here in the Grove Town. Hey, man. Shout out to Ben and Lindsay. Go Dogs. Hope y'all had a good time up in Sanford. Sanford today. We put on a good show for you. We got Swag EUC. What's going on, my man? Look like this is your first time in. We appreciate you being in here, coming in, talk some football. Sean, what's going on, Sean? Sean Holiday in the building, man. Hey, man. My bro up in here. We got some people still. Come on. My bro, Travis Fowler, what's going on? T. Fowler, hey, man. You got to make a call down there to South Beach, man. What's going on with Miami down there, man?
They lost to North Carolina.
Yeah, at the end. They played good for the most part, but North Carolina just had too much offense for them, man.
Look, I saw the North Carolina player doing like this, knocking their U down.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
they were knocking it down.
Hey, B. Skrilla, what's going on, man?
Shout out Skrill.
Hey, man, them dogs. Hey, go Dogs, baby. I don't know, Miami. Okay, that's another one for you, Thad. It is Cristobal the guy.
Nope.
My bro said it was 27-24.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something these folks got to do. Do what people got to understand, Coach. Do what I keep saying.
Yeah.
Right now, it ain't really about a coach. The head man don't have to know the X's and O's.
Yeah.
You just got to put the resources and have the administration behind them because they can go hire a good staff. You got to be able to get the players in. Miami got to bring in I hate to say it, he ain't got no coaching spirit, but I'm saying somebody like an Ed Reed.
Well, you know he on the staff down there though.
Well, they need to bump him up fast. Know what I'm saying? They're like Florida State. If they hire Deion, boy, I'm gonna be scared. And I don't care how good Deion is as a coach. Cause like I say, he can go hire the staff.
He can go hire.
But he's gonna be able to go get the players. That's what I'd be scared of. Somebody who can go get the players.
Yeah, well, not for nothing. I don't know. Cristobal was able to get some. He had top 10 recruiting class at Oregon. I feel like if he go back to Miami, all he got to do or whoever is put a border around South Florida. That's all they got to do.
Hard to do, Coach.
B. Skrilla said that.
Especially when none of the Florida teams really popping right now.
That's fair. I can see that. B. Skrilla said the shakeups are coming in the next 2 weeks. I believe it. It's time to see pretenders and contenders, baby. We're gonna see. My bro say the players got to buy in no matter who it is, and you're right. And that's just something that Charlie was saying about LSU. The players just ain't buying what he's selling, and I think Cristobal a good coach, but it's almost like the players and the culture down in Miami, they want to have swag. Cristobal ain't swag. He a hard-nosed, blue-collar, just physical. Like he ain't like it's like that's what they want. They got to decide. Do you want swag or do you just want to be good? Because Cristobal can make you good, but he ain't swag. That ain't his persona. You know what I'm saying? Even though he played down there, that's just. He said it's a new system. You're right. It's a new system. We got to give these people chances, man. Hey, long as he
keep
recruit.
Keep doing it.
As long as he recruit. So the head coach is the mouthpiece. The assistant coaches do the groundwork.
That's what I'm saying. You can hire the staff. It don't matter who the head coach is. The head coach just got to be the one to seal the deal. They got to be the face. You know what I'm saying? They got to be the guy who, when you speak about that program, that's the face you think of.
Yeah.
And that way kids want. I'm saying kids got to be able to relate to somebody and be able to, have some kind of relation or be able to have some kind of story. You just can't hire.
So, but the thing is that this thing. There's a lot of people out there that can be head coach, but there ain't a lot of people can be the guy. You know what I'm saying? There's only about 6 or 7 guys out there. That's what I say.
I'll be honest with you. I hate to say it, it's that guy.
I
really think Beamer over his head.
I do
South
too.
Carolina. I'm just being honest. I think he
ain't. What you're not gonna do, you ain't gonna come for Beamer when we're going on the road and beating up on a top 15 team. That's what you're not gonna do.
Good point. Great point.
I say this is what I say about Beamer. I told Stat Guy this. He win the offseason. Problem is his OC, I think they kind of close. I ain't saying they best friends in that, but they close. Like he got to do the next thing as a CEO, like you said, that find them right guys to actually do the coaching, the S's and O's, because they OC is terrible. You feel me? And so if you can't be recruit, because after a while the recruits gonna stop coming, regardless of how good you are, if you ain't putting that product on the field. You know what I'm saying? So that's his thing, and that's why I think he in over his head, because I don't think he's gonna let Satterfield go. I don't think he's gonna let the defensive coordinator go. Hey man, it takes
problem. His staff, he got to get better staff. Got to get a better staff.
Gotta get a better staff. Now,
but in all fairness, though, look at what we're rebuilding from. It wasn't the cupboards were kind of empty when he got there. You got to give his players time to get in, to learn the systems and do what they are going to do. And it hurts when we're so dependent on the transfer portal. I mean, I get it. You go for the transfer portal to try to have 7 or 8 win seasons, but you also have to recruit well around it to be able to build up the cupboards to where you can put a team together.
My thing is, yeah, you do have to give a player the chance to learn the system, but it needs to be the right system. And I don't think y'all got the OC and the DC that's given the right system. That's what I'm saying. Because even though y'all ran the ball a lot, that ain't what Satterfield want to do. And if he, eventually you always gonna slide back to what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So as an OC. So I don't know, man. I just don't think they the guys. I'm not saying. I think it's going to take a lot for Shane Beamer to let him go. That's what's going to tell his career at South Carolina. If he can make the hard call and let his coordinators go.
Did he retain Marcus Lattimore on his staff?
He had him down there, and then
he had him. Lattimore chose to leave because what he wants to do with his nonprofit would have been an NCAA violation, because he wasn't allowed to go in and speak at schools during dead period. So he chose his career over the coaching. But he said that he was going to stay on staff, but it would have turned into an NCAA violation. And he said he has bigger goals and aspirations outside of football.
Gotcha. Okay. Did you catch any of that Ohio State game, Shawty or Stat Guy?
I saw little clips of it.
They
was in for a fight at first.
Yeah, I mean, it was – when I first started watching, it was close, and then Ohio State scored, and then Michigan State kind of looked sloppy, and they kind of put the foot on the throat a little bit. But the first half was a really good game.
Somebody on Twitter said Mel Tucker should have to pay all that money back.
I told y'all about that Kool-Aid them folks selling.
He got $100 million on him, dog.
He raked the transfer portal. That kind of sped up the process. It's about building that foundation, bro. Unless you're gonna keep raping the portal every year.
But the thing is, you can keep doing it every year, but I don't know if you're gonna be as successful at it. You know what I'm saying? He hit on a lot of good players last year, especially like he hit on that running back that came from Wake Forest and then end up eating it up. But then the running back this year is a dude from the transfer portal, but he ain't as good as the guy from last year. That's the problem. You can keep doing that, but like you said, you got to build some kind of foundation, man, where you got some players and then use the transfer portal to kind of fill holes. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it need to be for. You shouldn't have to build from that. It need to be like to fill an immediate problem, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. B. Skrilla said the portal the problem because people don't stay long enough to actually. That's what they were saying about the quarterback at Auburn today. They were saying even if he had talent, it's the transfer portal. Like, people, if he like when the starter come back, buddy might leave so he can go somewhere else. Now you done play for 2 or 3 OC.
He ain't the guy, folks. I'm gonna help him pack it bag, man.
Hey, listen.
He ain't the guy, man.
Clemson pretty much got this one. I don't know. Pretty much says 24-3. They started kind of slow, but they should be. It's fourth quarter.
Boston College though.
Yeah, but hey, they was in the dog fight first half, dog. It was like what is it, 3-3 or something like that halftime. So I don't know, man. Right now, Big 12 look like it's up for grabs too. Oklahoma State, TCU undefeated. Kansas 1 loss. Kansas State 1 loss. Texas Tech now has 2 losses. Texas. Who Texas beat? Did Texas beat some? Oh, Texas beat Oklahoma.
They beat Oklahoma. Like, what it looking like? My bad. Go ahead, Stat.
I was gonna say Texas has 2 losses, so one loss in the conference.
1 loss in conference, though. Yeah. So Texas still in it. Kansas State, Oklahoma State. Baylor actually only got 1 loss in the Big 12. All right. Free said, what's your start, Shawty? What's your start bench cut with the running back room that the Dogs have right now?
Oh, wow.
Put them on the spot, Priest.
I'm going to start McIntosh. That's 6, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start McIntosh. I'm going to bench Edwards. And, he already cut because he hurt.
He got hurt, yeah.
Milton, so he cut. But I'm going to take Milton. I'm going to put the rookie in his spot. I actually enjoyed the patience on some of his runs today. He showed me some patience.
Branson Robinson did show a lot of running back patience. He's running behind his blocks and everything. So if we just talking about just running the ball, of course, I'm with, like, Dejan Edwards is he's probably the best runner that we have. I just can't. McIntosh is always going to be my one because he can do it all.
He that utility knife for us.
Yeah, he can, like, and when this day, pre-say old buddy showing maturity. You right, and he gonna take some snaps. I wish Milton the best, man. He had a groin injury. I didn't even see the play when he went out.
He stayed banged up, man.
I don't know. I feel like if he real, like, he got a lot of muscle too, almost like he got too much muscle.
But I ain't really sold on his vision either, though, man. Cause I don't see him in the open field, and he be making cuts that he don't even have to make, man. Just run.
And that's the thing. I think he don't realize people really don't want to tackle him. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes if you run like last week when he was running on the outside. Was it Missouri? No, maybe it was one of them games. Might have been Kent State. He was running on the outside. I'm like, bro. He cut it back in, and the dude like tripped him up.
Yeah, like right by the goal line. I'll probably about on the 4-yard line.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He didn't have to make that cut. Just run for the pylon.
I'm like, that dude really didn't want to tackle you, right? All right, Waltman, what's going on, man? Waltman up in here. He said, "Who's the best running back in the nation right now?" Ooh, that's a good one.
I like the kid from Texas,
Bijan. I'm gonna tell you, it's either Bijan or the dude from Ohio State. Travion Henderson. One of them two. I don't think you're going wrong with either one of them two. If I was taking potential wise on the right team, Tank Bigsby actually is a good running back, man. He on the wrong team.
Yeah, I'll go.
He on the wrong team, man. He on the wrong team.
I like the kid at Bama over him.
Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Jahmyr Gibbs because Jahmyr Gibbs like that Kenny McIntosh mode. He can do it all.
Yeah, he kind of remind me. What's the boy from New Orleans? He used to play for Tennessee.
You talking about? I know you're talking about.
Start with a K, I think. I can't even think his name. But that's who he remind me. That's who he run like.
He started at Bama, then transferred to
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah.
I like Deuce Vaughn, the running back for Kansas State. I know he didn't have a big game today. They kind of held him in check, but
Deuce Vaughn and Dejan Edwards like kind of similar. Alvin Kamara, thanks, big bro, coming through.
Alvin Kamara.
That's right. That's right. Waltman say Tank need a better team. Auburn messing. His career pretty much over, man. He came in with he a junior. He was in the same class with Zach Evans and Kendall Milton. So I mean, he got another year.
Well, he can come on over here. He can probably
Listen.
come over here and start for.
Listen. When he entered the transfer portal back in the spring, I think he was thinking about coming home. But then the NIL, Brian Harsin and his company put out some kind of NIL or whatever it was. But you're right, McIntosh gone after this year. And
but you just brought up another name though, Zach Evans. He's no longer the horse at Ole Miss.
They got two freshmen. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the true freshman's getting the touches and the touchdowns. So I wonder if he hits the portal again.
Hey, speaking of running backs, your boy nephew got off today. Jabari Small got off today.
Yeah, he had 100 plus.
Yeah, B. Skrilla said the SEC stat running backs. There's a lot of running backs out there, man. So, but you're right, stat guy. The kid from Judkins, is that his last name?
Yeah, Judkins.
From Ole Miss, he out like that dude be off and running, but he like Zach, you gonna have to get in where you fit in, dog. I'm trying to get to the league.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of times with those dual running backs, one dude will end up being the horse, get it all the way down inside the 5, and then it's gas. But if that dude break a 40-yard run, he ain't going down inside the 5. He getting his. No. He don't care what it is. He getting his 6.
Score update. Bama 24, Texas A&M 17, and Bama got the ball third quarter, 1 minute 30 to go, 3rd and 2. They in field goal. They in the red zone though. Sack. Hey, they was in field goal range.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I can't think of his name, but
before you get started, so look at the boy. B. Skrilla say if Ole Miss stay healthy, they can beat Bama. He didn't say they are. He said they can.
Right now, yeah. Especially with their quarterback out, it's a couple of teams that can beat Bama because they can outscore Bama. Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
Ooh, yeah.
Either one of them can outscore Bama.
Yeah. That's the thing about teams like that. You got to be able to score. Yeah, your defense need to be good. You got to still put up points though, so that your defense ain't always on the field.
Exactly.
That's what happened to LSU today. They couldn't score.
Right,
like even when their defense got to stop. It's like they go out, get out there and go 3 and out. It don't really matter.
Then they were put in bad positions. It was just a recipe for disaster.
There go Bama missing field goals. Bruh.
What I've been saying, like this year, man, it's like it's really all about depth. Because most teams everybody got athletes right now. Nobody's really separating themselves. Like all the tiers, all the top teams are about in the same tier. But it's just like when a Georgia play, a South Carolina or Missouri, our talent eventually in the 3rd or 4th quarter, it just takes over.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened last week.
And that's what happened with all the big teams. That's why it's so many close games in the first half with everybody. But then come 3rd, 4th quarter, that
happened a lot today. Like I said, that was Ole Miss Vandy. That was Clemson, Boston College. That was Michigan and Indiana. So, he missed the field goal, by the way.
I'm watching that game.
Oh, okay. They was in perfect field goal range, and then got a sack for 12 yards. That's crazy, dog. Florida State, if they get this win, it'll come down to them playing Clemson next. I want to say, is it next weekend?
It's next week. They're the 8:00 game on ABC next week because Clemson's the first team since Oklahoma, back in 1999 to have 3 straight 8 p.m. ABC games.
Look, stat guy. Be having stats you don't even know it exists out there, Charlie.
Hey, that's why you got the name, man.
You said Florida State gonna beat Clemson?
No, Clemson gonna beat.
Yes.
Clemson gonna beat Florida State.
Okay. You said no. I heard you. Florida State's gonna beat Clemson. Stick with it.
Nah. I'm not sold on Florida State, but are they beating? You saying they're gonna beat North Carolina State tonight?
I don't know. They're 17-10, 3 minutes to go in the third. So it's North Carolina State got the ball on Florida State's 37. So if they can score again, they hold them here to no score and then score again and make it 24-10, then they got a good shot. But if NC State score here, their defense might be a little too good. I don't know. I think so. Let's go. Okay, so in the Pac-12. What's going on, Jonathan? What's going on, Jonathan? Jonathan, y'all, what y'all gonna do, man? I know you watching the game. Jonathan normally would hop on, man, but he a Bama fan. He watching the game right now, so
he over there with his cheeks tight.
That's right, Sean. Texas didn't have to do the boy like that. They didn't let the boys go, man. All right, hold on. Somebody got a question. What do you think about Eddie Robinson coming after the game against Eddie Robinson said that he is the SWAC and Dion is not. Hey man.
Man, stop being soft, Eddie.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's the way you feel, you should have stopped them from scoring, or you should have let them put up 24.
Exactly. Jonathan said he do got them puckered up over there.
Come on, J. Lou. Hey, J. Lou, y'all got to do something about that quarterback, man. Y'all got a big fall off at quarterback, man.
Boy, big fall off. That goes back to that depth you talk about, Sean. That's what I'm saying. People think they just got to be deep everywhere else because nobody really wants to think about their backup quarterback. But you got to think about your backup quarterback.
That's why I wish we really would have let Beck in about 2 drives before he got in.
That Florida State scored 17-10. Priest.
Third quarter.
Third quarter, NC State got the ball on Florida State's 25. And it's 3rd and 9. And they just sacked them. So they're looking to try to get a field goal right here. All right, it's sufficient, man. 45 seconds left. South Carolina will come away with the victory over Kentucky for the first time, for only the second time in the last 9 tries. So Jonathan said he's gonna hop in after they survive Texas A&M.
Hey, this might send Kentucky on a spiral.
Well, it will. I'm gonna tell you like this: if Will Levis don't come back, they terrible. Because Chris Rodriguez is the only thing they got going right now. They wide receiver that's real good. He went down in the second half too, and they said he could come back.
My
but
number
he never
2,
came back.
the young guy, the freshman, number 2.
Not Barrios. You talking about Barrios, the one that run the kickoff and stuff
he's
back?
Probably the most explosive guy, ain't he?
Yeah, but I don't know, for some reason they don't really target him in the passing game. They go to the other dude. So like Barrios take over in the punt return and the kick return, but number 8 or 9, Robinson is the one they target in the pass game, and he didn't play the second half. Shane Bieber, like, dog, I get like, hey, listen, I guess that's his dream job. He be like a little kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a little kid, like I'm like, man, yeah.
Hey, that man still has an 803 cell phone number. You know what I'm saying? He with it. He's so the city till he dies, baby.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Priest, I don't know. He might be watching. Priest was talking to JB. I guess JB was watching. Clemson is definitely going to beat Boston College, so that's pretty much over.
For sure.
NC State did get a field goal at 17-13. Alabama, 24-17. Fourth quarter just started, Nate.
I still see NC State pulling this out, man.
I do too. I mean, Florida State ain't in no position where they can go toe-to-toe, score for score with people. You got to go ahead and put them down while you got them down. You know what I'm saying? I told that guy about South Carolina, and that's what they did to Kentucky. I was like, you didn't want Kentucky to be in this game in the fourth quarter. Y'all ain't, and he admitted though, like y'all ain't got that mentality like that.
Now but you know what I told you at halftime? We had to score to open the second half, get a stop, and get points, and that's what we did. And that's what you got to do against a team like that. Kentucky isn't built to come back on you, especially not with not having their quarterback. I mean, they're just a straight run team, so you can get up on them. You can kind of force their hand a little bit, but hey, man, we partying tonight. I tell you that much.
Would they put y'all at 500?
No, we 4-2, baby. 4-2 heading into the bye week. And for those that haven't been here,
in the conference,
huh?
1-1 in the conference.
No, 1-2.
Okay.
But heading into the bye week, and for those that haven't been with us listening all along, I said back in March we beaten Texas A&M coming off the bye week. See you in week.
You heard what he said. What's up?
That man, you just I know you got to pull for your team, man, but I don't know about that one.
Dad, we're 12-1. We're 12-1 the last 13 years coming off the bye week.
Okay, I
All
mean
we do.
I understand what the number's saying with the I
Ask,
get
hey,
I get
hey,
the
hey,
analytics, but
Thad. Ask him, listen, Thad. Ask him who they be beating in them bye weeks.
no,
Hey, teams like Texas A&M. Sorry,
see,
trash.
sometimes you had to pull the layers of the onion back, Coach. I get it, you know what I mean. But
Texas A&M's the type of team that we thought they were. Shoot, hey, I called it back in March when they were preseason top 10. I wasn't buying that hype. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. All right, so V getting in, JV getting in with his take on the day. He say we hurting outside. We also need more intermediate passes to deal with the push rushes. Tackles need to be to protect better. That's for sure, for sure. Like I said, I think in the second half, man, we kind of got together. It's almost like Stetson finally snapped out of it after he fumbled and they scored. And I was like, okay, Stetson, stop going for glory every time we hike the ball and it's a pass play. Like, take the check down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then we just gave it to them horses in the backfield. Like you say, the line actually ran block better today. I will say that.
yeah. We
that
also
was good.
we also made it an emphasis and a focus.
We did. There was a couple of players that was out today. Smile Monday didn't play at all today. He was dressed, but he didn't play at all. So Rion Davis played. Tresman Marshall, number 15, didn't play at linebacker today. Of course, Jalen Carter was out. We did have some people dressed out that at least saying they got some reps today. Not many, but Aaron Smith, Gilbert, and AD Mitchell all got in the game at least once or twice, so to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah, man. Defensively, man, I'm not even.
Yeah,
I don't defense, man. That's not our. If we have an issue, that's not our issue.
Yeah, no, not definitely not. I would like to see on defense. I would rather have. I know it's definitely depending on the defensive call, but we got like if they on like a hash mark when we on defense, I would rather Nolan Smith play the wide side because our other the outside linebackers
giving up containment,
bro. And they ain't got that speed, dog. Like Nolan take good angles. He got speed, and there was a couple of times. I mean, like I say, at the end of the day, they really hurt us, but yeah, we lose contain out there sometimes. We just got athletes that back them up, but it'll be better. Like last year, we didn't lose contain.
We don't have as much team speed though either. I mean, our linebacker last year was long, fast, right?
Yeah.
So we just don't have the same type of team speed.
Yeah. And sorry is that what man? Smile Monday, one of them dudes has got that speed. But like I said, he didn't play today. Rion Davis can tackle real good. He an instinctive player, but they put him in the wheel around a couple of times, and luckily the dude overthrew him.
Well, it was good though, man, to at least get back to scoring 40+ points, holding people less than the 2 touchdowns. Because I really think people really started to smell blood in the water.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like I said, I think we got our. Let's just say I think we got our little focus back today. We was doing a lot of gap scheme blocking on the line, which looked good. They looked good doing it. So we wasn't getting pushed back at the point of attack or beat off the edges either. And then not for nothing, hey, Auburn on our when we was deep in our own territory, Auburn defense actually played pretty good. But the problem was in the second half we wasn't in our territory very long.
You see that comment Skrilla just made? Is he saying is that a good thing or a bad thing though?
I think I don't know. Because like JV said something about the outside, on offense. We definitely miss AD Mitchell. Like I think the other dude's good, but we miss AD Mitchell. It do look like Mike Bobo has some influence, but
I don't know what more towards the run game or what you. That's what I'm saying. Is that a
good, that's what I think. That's what I think.
What makes it look like Bobo called the game? That's what I guess that's my question.
I think it's because we ran a little bit more, but I don't think so. I think Todd Monken saw that. I think Todd Monken's a guy that's gonna call the game how it need to be called. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but if that's what he's saying, I don't know if that's what B Skrill is saying. That might be what he's saying. I think because we was running the ball a little bit more, it looked like a Mike Bobo game. We ran a lot of play action, but Todd Monken runs play action too. I wonder. This is what I wonder. How much of it, like they give stats in the playbook. How much of that is him calling audibles at the line, or not at all? I don't know. But what do you think?
It's kind of tough to say, man. I mean, I see him making checks and things at the line, but in terms of the probability that he's making those checks, I think he got full reign of the offense. So I think if that's what he want to do, I mean, I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think they pretty much gave him the whole. And I didn't want to get into this. I'm trying not to get into it because I want to wait till we talk next week. But yeah, I think that's kind of honestly part of the problem on offense. I think he needs to ring things back in a little bit, cut back a little bit, because we just letting the ball fly almost sometimes like without even purpose. It's just like we just gonna chunk it deep. You know, I mean, I get it. You want to take a shot, but it just don't seem like we have no identity right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, B Skrill said they gave him 1 and 2 man routes to keep record. And maybe that's what like what you just said, that maybe Todd Monken realized that, like, okay, let's rein this thing back in. It's wide open. We're doing too much now, so let's rein it in and move the ball a little bit. Get back comfortable.
Because I don't even know if you noticed or realized on one of the plays he had I think it was an RPO, and Stetson had the option to do several different things. And you could see Todd Monken, he was mad. He was like, I think he was like, damn, I should have told him. It was something I can't remember exactly what it was. So once again, if he didn't have that freedom or that reign, he had too much trust in him at that point. As opposed to, at the previous time, it'd be like, if you see this, just go here.
Yeah. So going around the conferences, like there's normally like 2 teams that's going to be in the running for the conference title, looking to try to get to the playoffs. The Pac-12, I think we could say, is it USC and UCLA, or is it Oregon and UCLA, or what you thinking there, stat guy? He probably watching baseball. What you think, Thad?
I think he just turned his mute off.
Yeah, hit me with it, Tom.
I said, who you think? Who the 2 teams to beat in the Pac-12? There's 3 of them out there, but who you think the 2 teams to beat out there?
Right now, it's UCLA.
And got USC. What's the score on that game? Anybody? Let me turn it. Hold on.
27-14.
There it is, 27-14. They look like they're going to stay undefeated today, too.
I think we end up seeing a rematch of UCLA, USC for the Pac-12 championship.
Ain't no more Utah? Are y'all dead on Utah?
I think Utah is no.
Utah wants to play USC as well, so that'd give them 2 losses.
They got to play USC next week. If they lose next week, they out of it. It's going to be make or break for them.
And Oregon undefeated in the conference too, right?
Yeah, that's why I said that. That's why I said technically, I mean, Oregon lost to us, but they ain't lost nobody else. So,
right.
You know what I mean? They still in. They say that Dan Lannon say he's still up for it now. So
they up 28-13 right now.
Yep.
Yeah, against Arizona.
Yeah. So Big 12, we're looking at Texas undefeated. I mean, not Texas, but TCU undefeated, Oklahoma State undefeated, and Texas and Baylor with 1 loss apiece in the conference. And I think Quinn Ewers is back for Texas, by the way.
I think you're going to look at Oklahoma State, Baylor, Oklahoma State, TCU rematch for the Big 12 championship. And I still think Oklahoma State has a real shot at making the playoffs.
I do too.
I got Oklahoma State, and I would say Baylor. I don't know. This TCU team, like they're trying to make some noise, though. Okay.
I think so.
B Scrub said it'd be at least 3 unbeaten in the top 10 that will not make the playoffs.
Huh?
So how many people you got going unbeaten, B? I don't know about that.
Yeah, come on, Skrill.
Because right now,
that's a stretch right
now. If you talking about hold on, what we got? We got somebody. What's going on? He said, "Do you think Kansas will still be ranked after the loss?" What was they was 17, right?
Yeah, they were 17th. They'll definitely still be.
They'll still be in top 25 because they lost to another top 25 team, and actually they lost their quarterback at the beginning of the game. I mean, first half of the game, and they still almost won. So yeah, I think so. UCLA, yeah. Okay, so unbeaten. UCLA unbeaten. Who else unbeaten out there? USC unbeaten out there. That's who unbeaten in the Pac-12.
Right, but the Pac-12, Big 12 are both around robin. So you won't have more than one unbeaten come out of there.
Right.
You won't have one unbeaten come out of the Big 10. You won't have more than one unbeaten come out of the SEC because eventually they'll have to play each other in the championship.
Right.
It's all going to work out. At most, you might have one Power 5 team run the table, and they're going to be on the outside looking in if all the big conferences run the table.
Well, maybe B. Skrilla kind of allude to that, what we talked about a couple weeks ago, that how we said, like, Georgia, Alabama go undefeated in the regular season, and one of them got to be a one loss, right?
Right.
Then Michigan might have one loss, and Ohio State got, they win undefeated, but then there's an undefeated Pac-12, undefeated Big 12, and then an undefeated ACC. Somebody getting left out. That ain't 3 people getting left out, but that's somebody might get left out.
You're only gonna see one group of 5 team. It's either gonna be Coastal or JMU coming out of the Sun Belt. One of those teams might stay undefeated, and that'll be your other undefeated team.
Yeah, undefeated like that, but they'll be in the what is it, the 6.
Man, them folks ain't got a shot in hell.
Well, I'm talking about just being undefeated. That's all.
Yeah, he said there would be 3 undefeated teams that would make the playoffs, and at the most I could only see 2.
Yeah. So all said, do we think Kansas is going to beat Oklahoma? Also, I think they're going to drag them. I don't even think even with the backup. Oklahoma got issues on top of issues. It is not even pretty out there.
Yep.
Give me Kansas in the spread right now. I don't even care what it is.
Like them kids in Oklahoma playing like they don't like the coach.
Kind of like LSU.
It's like they're not feeling whatever he's selling.
Because it's a different type of kid, though. You got like you say, you got to recruit the players for your system, and all these guys is like Lincoln Riley. They ain't about that. They ain't saying they soft, but that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like Brent Venables coming from Clemson.
How you can't stop nobody? That's what I don't understand. Like, you can't stop nobody.
That's what happened when you. I don't know, dog.
I don't understand that, man. Like all those. I don't know if it's the recruiting, I don't know if it's fundamentals, but you play in a league, that's all y'all do. That's all you practice against. And you can't stop. No, like, I don't understand it.
I don't either, dog. Shout out to Austin, man. He a Kansas fan. I'll let you know, Austin, the stat guy is a South Carolina fan, but since y'all beat Texas last year, he's been a second teamer for the Kansas Jayhawk bandwagon. His guy gave up the winning touchdown today, though.
Yeah, bro, I was that video aged very poorly. God.
You called Kobe Bryant with the pick 6, and Kobe Bryant gave up the 6 to give TCU the win.
Got mossed in the back of the end zone. And what you hated was pass interference, bro. At that point, just go ahead and tackle the dude. Don't let him catch it. That's
what I would have did. I would have just tackled him, live to fight another day, baby. I mean, they was on like the 20. Once you're in the red zone, it's half the distance to the goal. So really, that's only a 7-yard penalty. Right. Live to fight another day. So I don't know, man. Looking like, man, right now, I think it's gonna be Ohio State, the SEC championship winner, which is
and the loser,
and the loser, and then one more team. And I think it's gonna be Clemson, to be honest with you, just because
Oklahoma State.
Well, they better hope Clemson ain't undefeated.
Clemson's going to Florida State to lose next week.
There you go.
Talk them off the ledge, Shawty.
Hey, you can't tell me nothing. We went to Lexington and got that dub tonight. You ain't telling me nothing this weekend.
I know I ain't seen my video.
Oh, shoot. Oh. And I'm not on the computer either.
I know I ain't seen that yet. We ain't told the people about that.
That's on you got to talk to the man doing the editing on that. He's had to be.
You don't handle your part, huh?
I handle my part of the deal. That's the man with the keys.
I got you.
Hey, let me don't. Hey, all right, don't. Let me see. Let me see how I can get down here to this computer and get on and give y'all this video.
So Florida State, NC State, they just got another field goal, 17-16.
Oh, trouble brewing. Y'all stay with me. I gotta walk downstairs so we can get this video keyed up.
Try and take my medicine.
Yeah, man. Listen, Stag, I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, man. I ain't gonna never tell you nothing wrong.
Hey, they showed. Hey, I thought about this earlier today during the dog game because they showed the breakdown of the voters for the 1 and 2. I think we were separated. Us and Alabama was separated by like 10 votes.
See what I'm saying? It's real close. I said that can flip flop any day, especially with their quarterback being out. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how they play tonight.
And not for nothing, they might switch it this week.
That's what I'm saying. Depending on just how they finish up tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
As a matter of fact, I think we both got the same amount of first place vote. It was the second place votes with
Actually, we got 25 first place. They got 23. They got more. They got more second place votes on us, which end up equaling more points.
Okay, that would have won.
Yeah,
I knew it was close. I definitely knew the first place vote was real close.
Yeah. So, all right, man. We loading up, man. Y'all keep them. Or B Skiller say Texas and Bama playing tight. Texas A&M Bama. Oh yeah. He said he see an overtime brewing. Y'all get to see the green screen and everything before I get set up. All right, man. We loading up here. We trying to get on. Who got the ball shot on that Florida State game?
I don't know who has the ball right now. I just got my scoreboard pulled up while I'm watching the Bama and A&M game.
My guy Wallace Smith.
But I would imagine Florida State got it because they just kicked the field goal.
Okay. What's going on, Wallace? Getting in here, man. Hall Wild say he was driving home from the game, man, and he was he was gonna get in. I guess that's like a 2-hour ride or something.
I really feel bad for Hall Wild, man, because he was drinking that Kool-Aid, man. I tried to tell him, man. I really feel bad for him. I really do. Cause I see how passionate he was, but hey, man. I told him they got fundamental problems, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go mute for a minute so I can switch over to my computer.
And Stat Guy, anytime you want to make a bet like that, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm too hyped up over my boys finally taking care of business. But yeah, we're gonna be.
That's a big win for y'all, though, man. That's a real big win.
No, I know y'all say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid and everything, but we got a bye week next week, and then coming off the bye week, our schedule goes A&M, Mizzou, Vandy, Florida. So realistically, we could be 8-2 heading against Tennessee and Clemson. Just saying.
Yeah. I guess technically, you're on mute, Coach. Oh, he down.
Yeah, he getting his stuff set.
Hey, hold on. Y'all didn't beat Mizzou last year. How y'all definitely gonna beat them this year?
Man, they ain't got no offense this year.
What? Yeah, they didn't have none last year.
So that microphone fire, boy. Your audio just went through the roof.
All right, man. I'm gonna find this thing for you, man. All right. Who else we got? Wallace, what's going on, man? Did you watch them Dogs today? All right.
Well, the Razorback fans at?
I know. We ain't got none of them tonight, man. They That's how it be, man. Listen, I feel bad for Hall Wild, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what to tell him because he gonna ask what now. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, dog.
I told him it said wet now. Man, shit gonna be the same, bro. And it gonna get ugly. It ain't gonna be nice.
It ain't, dog. So
they got a gauntlet over there, man. Part of just do their schedule, man. The West is Remember we had that question about which one was stronger? I'm definitely pushing toward the West for sure now.
Yeah. Especially with the way Kentucky played today. You know, South Carolina beat up on them.
Oh, wait, so that doesn't just make the East stronger, making South Carolina better? Oh, now that brings the East down because South Carolina beat up on Kentucky.
Exactly.
Heck no.
No, y'all but y'all lost to Arkansas, and that's why Shorty saying the West is, you know what I'm saying? He said Arkansas ain't that good. That's what I'm saying.
We're just trying to figure things out. We were just trying to figure things out a little bit.
Y'all was still figuring things.
There's gonna be a lot of games y'all gonna be figuring some things out.
Hey, all I'm saying is we beat Kentucky by more than Ole Miss did, so by the properties we're better than Ole Miss.
Come on now, stop with the trans. You know we don't do transitive properties. What's going on, Chris? My guy Chris Walton, man. Is the Clemson game over? Y'all done him in the second half, man. Hey, Clemson looked good in the second half, man. I know it was Boston College, but they was kind of starting slow in that first half. I don't know what took them so long to wake up. Here we go. I think I might have got it, Shawty. Hold on. There we go. Let's get Jeff. So about, what was it, about 3 weeks ago, Shawty?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
All right, so 2 weeks ago, we struggled against Kent State. That's the University of Georgia, struggled against Kent State. And then Stat Guy made a bet with Thad saying that we was going to drop to third and in the polls, and we did not drop at all in the polls. We lost some votes, but we did not drop at all. So because of that, he had to do his and then we're going to share it with y'all right quick. Hold on. All right, there we go.
Hey, welcome to the Fan Attic. It's your boy, the Stat Guy.
Good
With us on Saturday night. You already know. I had to run my mouth to Thad. Made a bet. Told him that I felt Georgia was going to drop to third in the polls after their horrible performance against Kent State. Well, as you can see, I was wrong. So I guess, Thad, here you go. I'm a man of my word. So, hey. Go! Go!
Hey man, you look good in that Georgia shirt, man.
Hey, don't be telling lies like that.
Man, I tell you, man, that thing fits you nice, man.
Oh, Wallace say, he watched the game. He said Bennett need to clean up some of the passing game. We're gonna need it down the stretch. That's right. Ladd played good after he bobbled that first punt. I'm glad Ladd back playing good, man. We need Ladd, bro. So, hey, yes.
You about to start losing snaps, man.
For real. JB, did you go to the game, though? I know. I see JB in the comments, man. I didn't know if he went to the game. I know CA went to the game. Let me put that game on this other. Who got the ball? Give me an update on the Florida State game. I gotta put it on right quick.
Florida State game, 17-16, 11 minutes left, 4-4.
Uh-oh. This is key for the ACC Atlanta. If they want to have a shot, like NC State wins, they gotta hope that Clemson loses a game, and if Florida State win, they gotta beat Clemson next week. And Jeff say it's gonna happen because it's the first time Clemson been down there since they didn't go down there during COVID years. He said JB said he ain't go to the game today.
Hey man, Texas A&M in the red zone, 3rd and 11. They in the red zone. No.
Stop it!
I ain't get it. Do you kick the field goal with let's see, they got 5 minutes left. Do you kick a field goal, or you go for it?
You down 10, right?
Gotta go for it.
Right now you down by 7.
They only have one timeout left. You gotta go for it.
Yeah. How much time?
I got one timeout left.
Oh yeah. I'm 5 minutes. I'm going for that.
You can't get the 3 play defense. Well, you got to score anyway, huh?
You still got to score another touchdown. So why not go ahead and try? Because look, if you miss, I'm about to say you still just down 7.
Oh, it's 4th and 13. Yeah, they made sure taking these 3. Isaiah, North Carolina State's driving on Florida State again, by the way.
Damn. Hey, it's like that. Be like that, dog. Hey, but last year the ACC Atlanta had a three team round robin. I don't personally think Florida State can beat Clemson, but if somehow they pull off a miracle and they lose to NC State tonight, it'll be another one of them. Round robins. What's going on?
I don't think they're gonna beat NC State tonight.
It don't look like.
But it's a big play for Texas right here, man.
A&M just had a false start, so now it's 4th and 18. So now they're bringing on the field goal unit.
Oh yeah, you got to now, dog. Yeah. You ain't got no choice now. Yeah. If they go for it, then they just asking to lose now.
See, I'm talking about Jimbo. Like you just goddamn. We don't like.
Oh, you good? You good?
You just disintegrating. Like you can't have them kind of call right now.
Hey, he buried it, but it cost him almost a full another minute. It's 3:30 to go in the game now, and they're still down.
Almost another minute. That was another minute. Y'all told me it was like 5 and some change left when they started.
It was like 4:48, 4:50.
It was like 4:41. Yeah, it cost him a minute.
God, dog, 24-20. Bama, God, dog, I'm so glad. Listen, man, we got the college football pick'em for the fanatic, and I got an office pool at my work. I'm glad I stayed away from that Bama game. Everybody said, regardless of the quarterback, Nick Saban and Jimbo, all that talk, and Nick Saban gonna do him in. You still got, tell him again, Thad. You got to have a quarterback can do what?
You got to make the throws, folks.
You got to be able to make. Does Bama drop?
And get what? He can't make the throws.
That's right.
Hey,
yeah. I think I was telling them earlier, man. With the vote count, we even going into last week when we was number 2, we still had the most. We had like 5 more number 1 votes, but Alabama like really outdid us in the second place votes. So if we get some of them second place votes this time around, then we probably will move back up to 1.
That's what we were just talking about. I think VJ dropped in the comment, do Bama drop. We were just talking about that. They got a chance.
They got a chance because, like you say, we haven't lost the first place vote battle since like after week 1 or something like that. So I think they had more 4th place because what they do is they go first place, second place, third place, 4th place votes, and then you tally up. You get a certain amount of points for each level.
Doing your research. I got you doing your research.
Hey, I had to. I was like, Sean to say because you said like that week Jeff made the bet. We was like you said, we was like a overwhelming number.
53 of the 55 first place votes.
Yeah. So that wasn't.
There wasn't no chance in hell. That's why I made the bet. That's why I like it, bro. Come on.
Hey, Coach, since you brought up the pick'em, you want to talk about your performance this week, or you just gonna let that slide?
You talking about my performance today?
Yes, sir. You know it.
I mean, if we bringing everything up, let's talk about how I went 7 for 7 last week, and I was in first place. Listen,
I didn't mention last week. I said let's talk performance this week.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Who did I took some bad plays. Hold on. I lost to Kansas. I won. Ooh. Yeah, I went 1 and 6 today. Hey, Shorty, that's coming off a 7-0 performance last week. I took.
That just put you at 500 then.
500, dog. That's what happened, dog.
Hey, but you know what though?
Hey, like South Carolina.
Hey, Isaiah, though, that's what you get for being disrespectful and taking Kentucky in 10.5, knowing their quarterback wasn't starting. That was dirty on your part. You better have faith in my boys.
And what they played?
Why? They played in Kentucky.
For
that's right.
Without their starting quarterback, get out of here. Y'all
lost to Mizzou last year at Mizzou, y'all. Come on, dog. Like you had like South Carolina. It ain't like y'all hold it together everywhere. We never know what the hell we getting from the Gamecocks, dog. Chris Wall, you had a bad week last week, Chris. What you do this week, Chris? Chris in the college football pick'em. JV, what you do this week? JV, he's scratching on the back, bro. Yeah, he about to pass me this week because I was like 2 ahead of him. I think you definitely gonna pass me this week. I don't know. I had a bad week, man. I took Kansas and 6.5. They ended up losing by 7. Tennessee, the only team that came through. Texas.
2.5.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, I was like, easily they're gonna take that, and then I did take Auburn in the 30.
Damn.
That's a lot of points, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Isaiah, me and you were tied for
That's
second.
the way we've been playing.
Yeah.
Coach, we're tied. Me and you were tied for second. We're 2 points away from the lead.
So who went first? Who went first?
Gray?
Great, even after the day.
Yeah, he has 24.
Okay.
I have 22.
All right.
Hey,
D
man.
say he tied for third. Okay.
They up. They just kicked the field goal. They up 19-17. 6 minutes left.
Florida State better take that L. Hey, C. Walton said he 5-2 this week. You gonna making up some ground, C? You making up some ground? What's about that Bama game? What Bama looking like out there?
Bama's got a 3rd and 3. They're running the play clock down. It'll be right at about 2 minutes when they hike the ball. Texas A&M still has the one timeout, but they pick up the first here, and that might be all she wrote.
That'll be it. If they get the first down, they over.
Okay. I'm still trying to.
They stuffed him. He got maybe a yard, so 4th and 2. They're probably going to call their timeout, so they'll have 2 minutes to drive.
Google Chrome. Like they didn't want me to open no other tab out here.
I hate Google Chrome.
Listen, I got YouTube TV, and normally it's easier to open it there, but because I'm on StreamYard, I guess they said stop trying to open another tab. It won't open. That's all right. yeah. You know, IT guy, you gotta have a backup plan, baby.
Also, you ain't using Linux or something then.
No. I try to keep it. Listen, this is actually I just bought it for the graphics, you know, for doing the YouTube stuff. That's all right. I'm in here now. All right. Washington and that's that game over. Washington State and USC is 30-14. That game's all the way over. All right. So Florida State, NC State, we got that one going. Let me turn that volume down here, so I don't want to blow y'all out with the volume.
Florida State just ain't quite there yet.
They still ain't deep enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just ain't quite there yet. But I like the way they headed, but they just ain't there yet.
I think, and see what's crazy that is, I think Norvell got everything you say the guy need to have except for recruiting. Like I don't think
Cause he ain't the guy.
but he can do it. He can, you know what I'm saying? He can do everything else. It's just he can't recruit.
I'm saying what if you had Dion as the head coach and him on the staff? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, then there'll be a problem. I don't know. That'd be a big problem. If Dion gets any Power 5 job they're gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
Unless he goes somewhere like a Boston College, which he would never do. Like the places that he'd be up for. Like if I'm gonna be honest with you, if Dion went to Nebraska, which I know he's not gonna do, he'd be a problem for the Big Ten.
But Florida State, Trevor, it's gonna be in a few years when his kids get out of school.
When
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when his two boys gone,
he's ain't gonna bounce on them. B said hell no. He said hell no to Nebraska. Nah, he's not going to Nebraska. But I'm just saying, if he, oh God, the defensive end and Jordan Travis getting into it. What's going on out there? Florida State about to get some stupid penalties for nothing. Keep your
Florida State going Florida State.
Hey man, keep your head 3 stacks. Yeah, come on, keep.
A&M's got 1:50 to go, 72 yards. Again, they stun second year in a row.
All right, hold on. Let me go to that game. See what we got talking about here, man. Get out, God, dog. What channel we on with that one?
Let me ask you this: How you think?
CBS.
How you think? See, that's what I'm talking about a fit.
Okay.
How do you think college kids will resonate to be enemy as a head coach in college?
I think initially, depending on where he go, maybe. It seems like the players that they play in the NFL like him. And, you know, not for nothing, they ain't nothing but like, you know, when they come out, they ain't nothing but between 22, 24. They ain't too much far removed from college, but I don't know how he is in the living room. You know what I'm saying?
You know
like,
what I'm saying? He don't come across to me as a,
yeah,
you know,
like, yeah. He might need to be one of them dudes where he get the head. He kind of like a Spurrier. Like Spurrier, people don't understand. Spurrier ain't that good in the living room, man. He always put people on his staff that's good in the living room.
quarterback. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like when he was at Florida, people Ron Zook was the guy in the living room. When you meet Spurrier, Ron Zook done already buttered you up enough, and all Spurrier guys say, "Hey, yeah, man, we want you," and then it's it's over.
So they're just like, say, I just asked you about that, but guess what? A guy like Mike Tomlin come down, he gonna cause some problems.
Now, Mike Tomlin gonna be good in the living room because everybody, I mean,
Right.
who don't know Mike Tomlin? You know what I'm saying? And that's what like B Skrilla's like. They don't know who B Enemy is. That could be it. But I'm like Shawty. I just don't think he just don't seem like
He don't resonate. He don't resonate like that. He has that. To me, he has that. Well, I don't want to say almost. He has like almost. That's what I said. He had like a Russell Wilson effect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
He got to kind of that Russell Wilson effect. You see what I'm saying? But Mike Tomlin gonna be more like the like the Lamar Jackson effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wallace say he not gonna lead. Him and JV both saying like pretty much that B Enemy is like he is an NFL guy. That's probably true.
Yeah,
But
I'm just talking about their personalities and how kids will relate to them on the college level. Like what I'm saying is you can have great guys who are coaches, but they're just not the right fit.
yeah, and a lot of these dudes, they get tired even if they personable. And I think JV just said you gotta be built for recruiting. Like a lot of these dudes ain't built for that college recruiting, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes don't want that grind. I think that's kind of like. I think Matt Luke is a great recruiter. He's a great O-line coach, but I think that kind of like started getting to him. It's like, hey man, this is a lot of hours away from my family, all that stuff. B. Miller say you're gonna have to get guys with a social media platform.
That part of it.
And Dion is very active on social media.
That's what I'm getting at. You gotta be these kids gotta know. They gotta know you, man. They gotta feel you. You know, like I'm talking about the top guy when I say these kids. I'm talking about the kid that you got to have. You can't just be no regular Joe, man. And you can't be no great coach, but you ain't got no spice, no kick, no flair to you.
Yeah, did you see the catch Evan Stewart just made? Over 2 Bama dudes. Oh my gosh. They on the 37. All right, 53 seconds to go. What you got? You gotta get all the way in the zone, and you ain't got no timeouts.
But they're college though,
They under review. They saying he might not have completed the catch. Come on now, don't do him like that.
No, I don't see the ball hitting the ground. I think he got it.
He went jump ball on both of them clowns.
Hey, Isaiah, the game
that's
today.
That's a catch.
So
That's a
Jimbo
catch.
supposed to be on the sideline getting at least 2 plays together right now.
Right now.
You see what I'm saying? Like you supposed to be getting 2 plays together right now.
Hey, Coach, the game of the day nobody's talking about. Iowa, Illinois, 6-9. Illinois with the win, moving to 4-1. Get you some.
Hey, what you hate is that over-under was 30. That was an easy steal. Iowa ain't going over 30 with nobody. They got a good defense, and they couldn't score on the people in the comments right this minute. That's a catch. That's right, B. Miller. That's a catch right there, dog. I don't know what they were reviewing. That's a catch.
That was that Jimbo supposed to be in his coaching bag right now. He getting an extra time out that he didn't have. So now you got to take advantage of that.
And exactly, they should be able to run 2 plays back to back. Let's see what they got. Here we go. Hey Jeff, you a little bit ahead of me, so don't yell out.
Now why did Jimbo go around and run a play, and then they're gonna almost get a delay of game because they weren't ready? Why something like that happen?
Hey, JB said that's like 2 timeouts because it was an injury and a review.
And he ain't gonna take advantage of it. They're gonna almost have a delay of game. Why?
You gotta have some better routes than that. He wasn't even know what to do. Late hit.
Yep.
Late hit. Oh, Bama trying to shoot themselves in the foot. Late. Oh, and he drove him to. That was who was that? Will? That ain't Will. That ain't Will Anderson though.
But listen, real talk though. Honestly,
that's holding on the offense.
We want Bama to win though, cause we want when we play them, we want them to be at their highest rank, right? I mean, it'd be good from the loop, but I think for the big picture, I think we supposed to be pulling for Bama in a sense.
I was the dog, man. Oh man, look, bring on whoever. Let me tell you, we already got that chip over Bama. I'll take an easy road to the championship.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm just saying.
That's what. Yeah.
If they lose, that just our chance of errors get shorter.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. So Chris Wallace say Devin Leary, the quarterback for NC State, is out. I didn't see that. When did he go out, Seawalk? God, look at Haynes King. He sucks. God, oh man, make a throw. Oh, it was holding on. It was holding. Trigger man got to be able to make them throws, baby. That's what's that. That's Dad. We're gonna get some T-shirts that say "Got to make throws."
Got to be able to make the throw, folks.
He says they O-line. Yeah. It is JB.
King is taking a beating right now.
Oh, not in the double coverage though, dog. Why it seems like they only got like 2 wide receivers in the route? Because they're trying to keep everybody in the max protect.
Well, I mean, they're not doing a good job. He's been hit 4 plays in a row.
They ain't sending pressure. They beat him with 3 and 4.
God, they beat him with 3 that time.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't like they sending pressure. Jimbo.
All right, see what I say.
That be getting a little warm for Jimbo too, man.
It's got to be. Just said he was out with injury, and the new guy hasn't completed a pass since he been in. Dang, be like that sometime, dog. Oh, he made a good catch, first down, and he's still going. Oh, speaking of still going. Boy, I'm gonna tell you somebody frustrated right now. That doggone Jermaine Burton. That's my. I like Jermaine Burton. Listen. I hope he have a successful NFL career. That dude's so frustrated he ain't getting the ball like he wanted to get the ball. He got into it with the tech. Now, granted, the Texas A&M DB pushed him twice after the play out of bounds. Like Jermaine Burton was headed out of bounds and he pushed him twice, and then the coach stepped in to break it up, and then Jermaine Burton smacked him on the helmet and got a penalty. And then I was like, Jermaine Burton all kind of frustrated over there in Tuscaloosa.
You know how it goes sometimes. The grass ain't always greener sometimes. You know
it's like I've been trying to tell people, man. Like, I get it as a receiver, you want the numbers, but at the end of the day, if your goal is to get to the NFL, it ain't even really about the numbers. It's about the school that's putting the receivers in the league. And outside of Clemson, Bama, and Ohio State, Georgia putting the most receivers in the league, man. That's just what it is.
Hey, but look, I ain't gonna even lie. The way we I think I ain't want to talk about that game, but his number will probably be worse this year.
Because we listen.
Have 4 or 5 catches on the year right now.
You know, we tied for number 1 in players that's done amount of players that's done caught a pass.
He hit 10 today.
That's what I said.
Isaiah, let me know when you catch up.
Okay. All right. Haynes King, on the line is 3rd and 10. They got 4 wide receivers out there. Let's see if they can match protect. They only send it 4.
4 down territory though.
Pick. It's a pick. Oh, flag. It's a flag. It's a flag. They call pass interference. Yep. With 3 seconds left. 3 seconds left, dog. They call pass interference. Is that what the call is?
Wow.
Oh, Jimbo say they got more oil money than you know. We paying refs too, baby.
Hey, they in Bama though.
Money travels, baby, just like defense.
Pass interference. So they're gonna have one play from what, like the 7.5.
Okay. Oh God, J. Lou might not come on if they lose this now. Oh, that's right. B said they gotta put some time back on the clock. That's right. They might get 2 shots at this thing, man. They might get 2 shots at it, baby.
No, why? They wouldn't put time back on. It doesn't affect the pass interference. They don't add the time back. The play still goes until it's dead. The pass interference don't stop it.
Unless the play just had a runoff. The clock had a runoff, maybe.
B Miller say you wrong, stat guy. It's on the 3. No, it's a half. They in the red zone, half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance.
Half the distance. Oh, they on the 3. No, they on the 2.
What?
It must have been long to yards out then.
No, if it happens inside the red zone, it's half the distance. It should have been from the 15 to the 7.5.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. They must have been on the 17 and took them all the way to the 2.
Right.
Okay, here we go. What you calling right here, Thad? What you calling? It's first and goal. But you ain't got but one shot, so it don't even really matter. What you calling?
I'm running some type of pick or crosser.
Okay. Stat guy, what you?
I'm running man beaters right now.
Philly special. Philly special.
What's that?
The double reverse to throw to the quarterback.
Stop it.
I'm running a rub route. I'm running the same.
You gonna run a double reverse?
I'm running not with Will Anderson on the field. I'm running a rub route. Same route that Clemson beat them in 2016 for the title.
It got to be some type of pick, some type of cross. It's got to have man beaters right now, cause you know what they're gonna be in.
Ain't seen it back in America.
You ain't gonna have no time to run no damn double reverse, boy. They gonna.
That was dumb. That was a dumb play call. Why are we
running the double reverse?
He tried to run a comeback route on the short side of the field, bro. Come on now.
And he threw it 3 rows into the stands. Clown.
You got to get that dude a better throw than that, man. That's on the offensive coordinator. Dog, Jimbo is 3-3, 1-2 in the SEC. What y'all know about that? Is he how high does that seat that?
Man,
how high
you didn't give that man a chance to score with that route, man. You didn't give yourself a chance right there.
They didn't. That's a bad route.
Man.
You don't run no listen, man, that's a bad route regardless of the score.
If you run the comeback, it got to be in the end zone.
That's what I'm saying. Even if he catches the ball, he catches that on the 1 yard line.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't give yourself a chance. The ball got to be thrown in the end zone, man.
And first of all, I don't like the route call, but second of all, he didn't run a good route. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come back, your feet still, like you said, your feet still got to be in the end zone. The dude came back, he ran to the goal line and then turned around and tried to come back.
Ball got to break the plane like that. When you ain't give yourself a chance, even if you can make the completion, you don't score. Like you can't do that, man. That's what I'm saying, Jimbo. Come on.
Yeah, all right, B man, I appreciate you tuning in, dog. He said he about to watch that Jackson State, Bama State replay. Work the trips on the side. That's Charlotte's like man beaters right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, dog. We'll see you on Tuesday.
That's bad, man. You can't. Come on, Jimbo. That's
a bad call. That's a bad call, though.
I don't know how hot that seat is tonight, but I'll tell you can add about 400 degrees to that thing come 2 weeks from now.
When they take on South Carolina,
they come and get that L in Soda City, baby.
If he lose to South Carolina, it's gonna be over.
That's what I told Jeff. That's what I told him.
If it's when he loses to South Carolina, get it straight.
Man, yeah, I feel, but I just don't think they're that bad, man. I mean, I just don't think they're that bad.
I ain't saying they're that bad. I'm saying we that good. Put some respect on my name one time.
You know, however you want to, tomato.
That's what.
You say however you want to. Listen, however you want to dress the pony up, it ain't no horse. You know what I mean?
What you trying to do, Thad? Because I'm trying to see you in some South Carolina gear. What up?
Listen, so you said you want to bet the Texas A&M in South Carolina game?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Is that what you proposing?
That's what I'm proposing.
Hey man.
Straight up.
Listen, go on and put that shirt in the cleaner, man. You're gonna have to wear it again, bro.
That's okay. I got some good Carolina gear that I'll send your way. Don't you worry.
So what's the bet? Straight up that y'all gonna beat Texas A&M?
Straight up, we're gonna beat Texas A&M. No spread, no nothing. We ain't worried about all that.
All right, it's official. If South Carolina beats Texas A&M, then Thad has to wear South Carolina gear and say "Go Cox." Pause. And if vice versa, if Texas A&M wins, then Jeff got to do another video.
Oh, I just put my hand out there and shook it for him, man. I'm already locked in, man.
I got you. We locked in.
All right, man. We got 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in this Florida State NC State, man. And Florida State got the ball, and they are in field goal range, by the way. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. Hey, man, they leading Russia. Oh, I want to say his last name Wallace, maybe number 9. Number eight. No. Yeah. Little dude. He look just like James Cook when he be running the ball, boy.
Hey man, tell J. Lou he can unbuckle his pants now, man. He can let that air out, man.
He probably see if he gonna set up and get on.
Boy, I know he's feeling some kind of way.
I know he probably mad about a whole bunch of stuff.
I didn't thought though the Bama dropped the 3, OSU move up.
What? So you got to hit me to the votes that OSU was getting. Now you know I ain't even gonna talk about that until I know how many votes OSU was getting, because I think us and Bama was splitting on the first place votes.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
First place votes separate us.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have more this week though.
Yeah.
What's the status? So what is the status of Bryce Young? That's what I want to know.
Bro, he can't throw the ball yet. I'll tell you that.
Ooh.
Cause in warm-ups and everything, all he was doing taking snap, dropping back, but he ain't never throw.
Ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all.
Yeah.
If that dude can't throw, and this dude, hold on, bro. Let me look up their schedule, boy.
Come on, Bama schedule.
Yeah. They better not have an Ole Miss coming up. That ain't what you want. They got Tennessee next week.
Yep, so do.
And then they follow that up with Mississippi State.
A lot of firepower.
Bruh.
They better use that NIL money to go get a bionic arm and slap on the goddamn shoulder or something. I don't know.
Dog. Hold on. Let me get Jay Lou say he need the link. Hold on.
What they play? Do they play? Are they in Bama or Tennessee?
I think they go to Tennessee, dog.
Man.
Hold on. Let me get Jonathan this link. Jay Lou about to hop on. Yeah, he'll know what the status of Bryce is.
Yeah, they play in Neyland Stadium that week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh.
Hey, Cole, they Bama
They
got they about to go through.
You see it. They got Tennessee, Mississippi State, LSU, Ole Miss, all back to back.
And you end up with Auburn. You know, they did the Iron Bowl.
But you know how Auburn is when they play at Jordan Hare. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You just don't never know what's gonna happen.
But I think you don't. Wallace say Young. Oh, so Wallace say Young got a AC sprain. Okay, AC joint sprain. Oh, we got J. Lou in the building. What's going on, J. Lou?
Bro, I need some shots, dog.
Hey, so first off, we was trying to shout out to my guy Jonathan, college football, Jonathan Lewis, man. Y'all have time, go ahead and check his YouTube channel out, Talking College Football, man. He's a big Bama fan, realistic at that. So he just got finished watching the Bama survive A&M game. First off, what is the actual injury for Bryce Young? Because Wallace is saying it's an AC joint sprain.
That's what it is. AC joint sprain. He'll most likely be back against Tennessee, is what they're saying. So the only reason they kept him out in this game is grip strength on the football.
Ooh.
So, they said usually that takes about 5 days to come back from healthy, which is about 5 days from today, actually, when he started getting the improvement in his grip strength. But, I don't think it could be – look, I feel like it's so it's just not understood the difference level between, like, these quarterbacks. Like, a Heisman-level trophy quarterback is so easy to take for granted. Because Jalen Milroe is talented. Like, when you look at – this dude compared to like another high school quarterback, 99.9%, he's about as talented as it could get. But then you see the difference between him and Bryce Young, and it's like, bro, you better be grateful for what you get every year out of Alabama. Like, to fall in our lap, man, to go from Mac Jones into Bryce Young. Then Jalen Milroe, he's a dog, bro. He is. But, man, I've been saying it the entire year. I said it last year. I said the dude struggles with accuracy when he's under pressure. He doesn't handle it very well. Like, he has all the ability, but he needs all the development to go with it. You know, he needs 3 years, 4 years possibly to get into where he needs to be as a passer, to be a legitimate passer.
Yeah.
And, people call me stupid, crazy, criticize me. Like, they don't want to hear it. ask Justin Riley on the Bama Standard. They made this thing about, we don't want to hear people criticizing Jalen Milroe. And I'm like, dude, I'm a fan. I'm going to tell you what I think. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with honesty, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to hear it, but, some dudes just aren't ready yet. And some dudes just don't fit the system. In my opinion, Jalen just isn't ready yet.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, so NC State just basically about to beat Florida State. There's 34 seconds left.
Let me tell you how that thing ended.
Oh, no, I'm watching it. They threw an interception in the end zone.
But they were in field goal range. Why are you passing the ball? Just run the ball. Idiot.
Like that, Dad, tell him he ain't the guy. He ain't the guy. Now, why are you throwing the ball anyway? You was already in field goal range. You only need 3 to win. Just run the ball. Ask the kicker. You want right hash.
He ain't got to run the ball. Just tell the quarterback take a knee on whatever side he need to go to.
That's what I'm saying. Ask the kicker. You want right hash, left hash, or middle. Let me know. We'll put it right there. I wouldn't even wait the 4th down, to be honest with you. I would have just kicked it on 3rd down.
Yeah, you definitely kick it on 3rd down just in case you have a problem or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talking about bad calls? Were you guys watching any of the Alabama A&M game?
Yeah. We actually was watching it live. Yeah.
Jimbo almost made one of the dumbest calls I've ever seen in the history of college football. He almost went for it on 4th and 13 when you're down by 7.
Why get the ball before halftime to get them 3? Y'all should have never got the ball back. He should have killed that clock.
The play calling towards probably the last 6 minutes of that game was some of the worst play calling I have ever seen from a coach. Jimbo Fisher has 76 pieces of paper for his offense. I don't understand what it's for. I don't know how that much information can even be looked at. I don't know on it, but bro, and we tried to give them the game, bro.
No.
4 turnovers, penalties, stupid penalties.
Listen, man. Y'all need Bryce Young to be healthy next week, man.
Even I think our kicker was affected by Bryce Young being healthy.
He missed
it. Is he just one fall down on that shoulder away from being hurt again?
Yeah, that's no, and that's the big problem with shoulder injuries. I've always heard from other players is especially as a quarterback, on your throwing arm. On top of that, so
it's his throwing arm.
Yeah, it's throwing arm. So it's his right arm. So I'll be honest with you. From an unbiased standpoint of view, I would not be mad if Bryce Young said, "Hey guys, I had a great time at Alabama. I'm hanging up my cleats and I'm getting ready for the NFL draft." I wouldn't be mad at that because, dude, a shoulder injury like that's rough to come back from. Like, imagine if he lands on an art again.
Right,
exactly. And y'all.
And listen, it could just be simple as you made a throw and the guy just pushed you down. It could be anything. It ain't even got to be a sack.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
The way he injured it was already crazy. It's not like it was some vicious tackle.
Oh, yeah, he fell down on it.
Stretched his arm out, and he landed on that shoulder, and that's how the injury happened.
So, looks like USC had the Washington State game in lock. What's the Oregon? Is Oregon still playing?
Man, Oregon beating their breaks out, 49-16.
All right. Oregon State, Stanford, I guess they own, but they're not on TV because of the NL wild card. So we'll just recap on the games. The early slate. You watched the Michigan and Indiana game, Jonathan? You see Indiana?
Yeah.
Kind of stay with them a little bit. They coach, like I say, their coach went down with a seizure, so that kind of affected them a little bit.
Yeah. There's no doubt that affected that a little bit. Indiana hung around for a little bit, but at the end of the day, Michigan. They're a talented team.
I don't know if they're ready for Ohio State, though.
I don't think they're going to beat Ohio State, but I still think that, they're second in the Big Ten right now, in my opinion. Until somebody knocks them off, like Penn State. I think Penn State's still undefeated.
Yeah, they was off. They had a bye week this week.
Yeah, so they're still undefeated. So, I mean,
matter of fact, Penn State, Michigan play next Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be a game to watch. It's probably going to be a game day game, if you ask me.
I think
Michigan?
So. It's either gonna be Penn State, Michigan, or Tennessee, Bama if Bryce Young.
Yeah,
they're 2 undefeated. Or because Utah lost today. If Utah hadn't lost today, I would say
that might be Bama, Tennessee. Cause Tennessee gonna probably go up a few slides, right?
Yeah,
They're ranked what 8th right now.
They
They'll
8
probably-
right now.
yeah, but I think they I'm
like
trying to think.
6th.
Yeah. So and then you had God, bro, Oklahoma got drummed.
See, here, bro.
It's making y'all win over Texas look that much better though.
Yeah, it does, and you know it's hard to reason with Oklahoma fans sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, dude, Lincoln Riley left when he left. There was 49 players left there out of the 90 scholarship 95 with a preferred walk-ons. You know,
Yeah.
49. Like, I don't think people understand that didn't play, and I didn't play, but I've been watching it long enough to reason and understand that many new faces, that many. I mean, like 9 defensive starters have never played a college game. How
Yes.
good are these dudes gonna be? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
I think the media kind of set them up, man. They put Oklahoma in the top 10 at the beginning of the year. That was a bad setup, and then people's like, "Oh, we top 10," and that's the casual fan don't really know. Like y'all shouldn't have, just like Notre Dame shouldn't have been in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. All these new coaches, like you can't come in and be in the top 10. You never coached at this school before. You know what I'm saying? And some of these was first time head coaches, not just first time at the school. First time at the school, first time head coach. That's not a recipe for a top 10 season.
I tell you one thing, man, it makes that Quinn Ewers argument really valid, though. The way he looks today, if he would have stayed healthy against Alabama, you know, it would have given them a better chance.
Something about Texas and Bama, man. Bama putting quarterbacks out in the first quarter and winning games. Circa 2010.
We hurt Haynes King in this game. He at the end of the game, so he could barely walk. So I don't know if they've lost him now. So
Well, Stat Guy, you heard that? If you watching, I know you're watching the NL Wild Card, but I didn't know Haynes King was hobbling. I guess he was taking a beating though.
he got hit a lot.
And that I said on that final drive, man, like even though Bama was only bringing 3 or 4, they were getting to him and delivering the boom on him every play.
Dude, it was. I'll have to give that kid credit on something. That man took a beating all night from Dallas Turner, Will Anderson, those guys, and he kept getting up. I'm like, man, you got some balls on you, bro. Like to keep standing up like that.
But I mean that's all fine and good for him for standing in there. But whoever called that final play, they owe somebody some money back, because that ain't no way they just got a week's paycheck to call that shit.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. So Wallace said he don't think Tennessee move up because every team ahead of them won. Did anybody ahead of them struggle? I don't
How
even
they
know.
won? Yeah, it's about how they won.
That's because Tennessee beat LSU. They went to LSU and beat the brakes off of LSU.
that wasn't even a game.
No, it wasn't. Oh my God, it wasn't. So like, if anybody struggled in front of them other than Bama, like
Oklahoma State 7, and they won 41-31 against Texas Tech, so that was kind of close.
Oh, that
They
game
could-
was close to the very end.
yeah, it was. I could see them flip flopping those two. Like not moving up a lot, but flip flopping those two.
Right.
Speaking of like Oklahoma, you're right. It was a good game. Texas Tech actually had the lead like towards the end of the third quarter. But you know, Oklahoma State defense ain't all that good. Like I was saying, me and Thad talking about, like it was a typical Big 12 game. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
So
Arkansas without KJ Jefferson is bad.
who was playing quarterback?
They bad with him.
Hornsby.
Coach,
Hornsby's there, and that dude's not even a quarterback. Let's be real for a minute. That man,
Yeah.
he's like Jalen Milroe, but with not as good as arm as Jalen Milroe.
Yeah. That's why they moved him to wide receiver, because he really needed to just stay at wide receiver.
That game was their offense, but their tight end threw a pass that looked better than quarterback did. I was like, you guys got problems, bro.
hey, to answer your question though, I could potentially see Tennessee jumping to 6 and then bumping Oklahoma State and USC down a spot.
USC didn't look good. USC is not look good.
I'm gonna tell you, like, they didn't look good. Caleb ain't what they're. Listen, Caleb good, man, but I want them to stop putting him in Bryce Young and CJ Stroud category, man.
He's
Like-
He's no Rattler, I'll say that.
Oh, congrats, that guy! You guys beat Kentucky today, right?
You know
Without Will Levis.
Hey,
Will
hey,
Levis didn't
talking
play?
about all that, we went to Lexington and got that dub sack. What up? Y'all ain't gonna be able.
Hey, you think how you get it, huh?
Dubs and L's, baby.
What y'all talk about on Tuesday nights? W's and L's, baby. Hey, that's 3 in a row. I'm telling you.
So Jonathan, I know it was towards the end of the Alabama game, man, so you missed it. So, a couple weeks ago when Thad and Stat Guy made the bet about Georgia dropping in the polls, Stat Guy had to record another video in the Georgia t-shirt. So they made another bet that Stat Guy say South Carolina is going to outright beat Texas A&M in 2 weeks.
No.
Hey, get out of here. Just because y'all struggled with them don't mean the real team won't show them where the road is.
A real team? And y'all lose by
He's feeling good about himself, J. Lou.
You guys just lose by like 380 to Georgia? Like,
we're on a 3-game winning streak. I don't know what you're talking about.
Against South Carolina State, Charlotte, and
hey, wins and losses. We're on a 3-game winning streak heading into the bye week, and we're 12-1.
Listen,
out 5 weeks.
And so y'all thought this is what I told y'all here in the state of South Carolina when I deal with South Carolina fans. This is it. He's giving y'all the preview right now.
I take them jukebox bets every week.
Auburn, though, man, like, what's his name? Robbie
Ashford. Yeah, he transferred from Oregon.
Dude, Brian Harson's got to be gone by the end of the year.
End of the year? You think he's gonna make it? I don't think they're gonna make it out of the week.
Hear me out, because they're still paying Gus. So I think if they weren't still paying Gus, I feel like he'd be gone right now.
Okay.
I feel like, because of that, I feel like they'll have to write him out to the end of the season. Because, dude, I haven't seen a damn team in this much turmoil.
I don't know,
in a long time. No, don't get me wrong. It wouldn't surprise me if it happened, but I'm trying to use the financial situation to think that. But at the same time, I thought Nebraska would say $7.5 million. We'll wait 2 weeks, and they didn't wait 2 weeks for $7.5 million. So
he looked bad though. Scott Frost, man, he was bad, man.
Listen, man. Listen, we was talking right before you got on too, man. Y'all next 4 games is a slate. Y'all got Tennessee, who beat LSU down. Then you got Mississippi State, who punished Arkansas,
and Texas A&M,
and then y'all got LSU, who they're not that good, but that's like y'all probably beat them. But then y'all got Ole Miss after that. It's like 4 back to back. How you feeling about that?
So the only one I'm worried out of that slate, in all honesty, is Tennessee.
Okay.
If we were to play Tennessee today, we lose them by like 2 scores minimum. I think.
Without Bryce.
Jalen, you got your quarterback back, obviously.
Now, if Bryce is back and healthy, it's a whole different ball game. I still think it's a tight game. Tennessee's not going to be an old Tennessee team. Josh Heupel's got that team moving. And, dude, I tell you what's even more impressive to me is the way their defense is playing. Like, their defense coming
into this front seven. They're front seven.
Yeah.
You think y'all can outscore Tennessee without Bryce?
No. Without Bryce Young, we're losing that game.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
If Jalen Milroe's a starter, we ain't outscoring Tennessee. We ain't going to keep up with it. And it's in Knoxville. So, get your popcorn ready, your mustard bottles and everything, because it's going to be, it's going to be
golf balls and everything.
It's going to be the whole shebang. The only reason I'm not worried about Ole Miss, their defense gave up 28 points to Vandy. Their defense is just still bad. They still play bad defense. The missed assignments bust across the board. When you're talking about who else we got?
Mississippi State. Mississippi State
after Tennessee. Then we're on our bye week. So Mississippi State. It's hard for me to ever take Mississippi State serious because they've always been that team that's just laid and rolled over for Alabama. But you know what I mean? Now, do they every single year? No, but like 9 out of 10, yeah. Even when they're supposed to perform, they get blown out. And I feel like that offense, the Will Rogers runs, which is the West Coast. Mix them all up, man. He runs, favors us. You know what I mean? So now, if you're telling me a deep shot, because he won't throw the ball deep a lot, right? It's a
Well,
lot
you
of
know
side to
that
side.
I was about to say that's not what a Mike Leach offense normally does.
No,
They don't take a lot of shots.
And that favors us because how fast our defense is, east to west, is extremely fast. That's where we strive the most. Where we struggle against Texas, it was north and south. It was the deep ball, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One-on-one man coverage, two deep safeties, umbrella coverage, whatever the hell you want to call it, quarters,
Yeah,
with outside shade, like all day. That's what we struggled against. The moment you start throwing the ball, east to west, you're done. You know what I mean? We're just too fast moving laterally, especially now that we moved Jalen Moody out and put in Deontay Lawson, our true freshman at linebacker. So
Yeah.
that even added that much more speed to that. So, like,
Okay.
but legitimately, I feel like we can win all those games with Jalen Moody or with Jalen Milroe, except Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I do think we can beat Ole Miss with them. But once again, the defense.
Yeah.
I felt this way. That's why I was confident it would beat Texas A&M. Like, even if we had I said it, we could have a completely atrocious game, which we did. 4 turnovers. Dude, we broke so many records for how bad we played this game, and they still didn't win. And our defense played really, really good, by the way. You look at the score, and you're like, you gave it how many points, whatever. No, they played on 4 short fields inside the 50. Our defense will not get enough credit for being on top of that
I
quarterback.
said
the
that at
entire
halftime,
game.
though. As
You
bad
did?
as Bama played, and as good as Texas A&M played, they still went into the halftime losing by 3.
Yeah, it's Texas A&M just
They were just happy to be in it. Almost felt like they were just happy to be in it.
That's the thing about an underdog, though, man, is if you leave those dudes around long enough, you know what I mean? They believe they can win, like they did last year, and they did.
They
win,
made
so.
Jimbo and the offensive coordinator made such a bad call on that last
Bad
play.
game, man. He's just
He's overrated, man.
You guys are saying that, and I'm sitting here going, I'll pack Bill O'Brien's bags right now. Because Jalen Milroe, it's absolutely his fault on the turnovers. There's no doubt about that. But the position they put him in to run a pro-style offense for his skill set.
It's the same thing Auburn doing to Robbie Ashford. Like he ain't good, but you put him in a bad offense, man. So
Man only had 2 drawn-up draw plays for him, Jalen Milroe, the entire game. He's running a Bryce Young offense. That's essentially what he was doing 90% of the game. It's like,
listen, you can't put him in harm's way, Jay Lucas. If he go down, then what you got? You trying to, you're trying to run him. You got a lesser chance of getting hurt.
I'll be honest with you, man. Well, Ty Simpson is a pocket passer. Like I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying they're 2 different athletes that bring 2 different skill sets, and you have to use Jalen Milroe to the best. If you want to win game, if you're going to go against Tennessee, you're going to have to use that dude's legs. You're going to have to gash Tennessee because you can gash him, and that's what it's going to require is him running the ball. Like he ran the ball for a lot in this game. Like I believe he had near 100 or over 100. Let me go back and look at the box score. We ran all over those guys, by the way. We had 288 yards rushing. So Jalen Milroe had 83 yards. Jamar Gibbs had 154 yards. You know what I mean? Like we averaged 5.6 per carry. But he threw the ball.
54. I didn't know he had that much. Dang.
Yeah, Jalen Milroe, then went 12 and 19. So to me, 12 and 19 is better than what I thought he would be because he's typically around 45% through scrimmage and camps. 111 yards, 3 TDs, and only 1 interception. But the stat that won't be talked about, that's a real big one, that if you pay attention to the analytics, is going to be the 5.8 per completion, which is telling me it's all dinking and dunking. He's not running the ball down the field.
All dinking and dunking. So and it's just, and I'm looking at what Haynes King, 25 of 46, 253, 2 TDs and 1 interception. He didn't do too bad running for his life the entire game. I thought the most impressive thing for me was we only held him to 2.8 yards per carry the entire A&M offense, 70 yards rushing. So the Texas A&M need help, man. They got first of all, like Stan said, they ain't got no good trigger man.
No.
Then they ain't got they wide receivers all busted up. They play calling ain't great. The dude they tried it. I guess it was Evan Stewart. I have to go back and look. The dude they tried.
Baller.
He is, but if that was him on that last route, that was a trash comeback route. Like he came back outside the end zone. Like even if he catches it, it's not a touchdown.
I know that wasn't Evan Stewart. That was that dude that wears the mask over his whole mouth, the white piece. I forgot what his name is.
So that's just.
You can't throw that ball. The ball has to be thrown into the end zone. It's the last play of the game.
No, it's Jimbo Fisher, man. I'm telling, nobody. I swear to God, I feel like I talk to myself all the time in these. I know you agree.
Yeah.
So many other people agree, but I feel like we're in this own little world. We're going. This man makes $100 million, though.
And
He's stealing.
Like he get a pass.
He get a pass. They talking about. Listen now. They talking about Mel Tucker on the hot seat, but ain't nobody talking about Jimbo on the hot seat now. Like, come on, they both $100 million man that ain't putting out.
First of all, Michigan State.
Mel Tucker done technically done more.
He has.
Yes. Yeah. He
has.
More. He has more wins in a season.
And with less. With less, mind you.
Way less with transfers.
They ain't never been transfers, recruiting, they ain't never been in no top 10.
No,
Jimbo had over 9 wins in a season, right?
He had 10. He won 10 in COVID year. Outside of that, the 5 years he been there, and then he been 4 loss team plus.
And his only I think 10 or 11 win season was when he won the national championship with Jameis. Because he averaged 9-4 with bowl games.
So last week, Thad, we got to touch those schools that just ain't them schools that's gonna get there though. And even outside of Jimbo, for the last 20 years, man, A&M they lose at least 4 games or more, dog.
I'm gonna tell you what, but if Texas A&M get the right guy, they can cause some problems.
Well, they got the resources for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
they need play call. They need people on the sideline that can coach.
They get the recruiting. They already got the recruiting.
Dude. I think Jimbo, man, his time don't went by for. Like, you can't get all those players and resources and be doing what you're doing. It's that starts at the top.
And you know what, Thad? I feel like something is not being talked about enough, and one of you guys should make a video on this, because I kind of slowed down on making videos for the most part. One thing that needs to be talked about is Jimbo too hard to work for? Because none of his assistants, he doesn't attract great coordinators, and the coordinators that do come there are so quick to leave for a parallel job.
I ain't even never paid attention. I have to do some research on that to see what's going on. Look at this clown getting a penalty for no reason. It's Pac-12 after dark, but you never know what you're gonna get, dog. That is a good point. That's something that need to be. I might need to look into that for real. That's crazy.
Name one successful coordinator that's left A&M.
I don't know, but if the dude that's calling plays now leave, he ain't getting no job because he's terrible.
That's gonna go back to the point I'm making. I think his time has just passed, man. Like his time has passed, bro. When you can't put the people around you to be successful, you ain't gonna be successful. Cause you can't do it all.
You're right.
That's right. You got to have the staff, man. So, I mean, bro, Jimbo got all the resources. There is no reason he should not be successful at Texas A&M. You can't and then he going through that what Jim Harbaugh went through for years, but he had no good trigger man. And I used to tell people, they're like, well, Jim Harbaugh ain't got no quarterback. Whose fault is that? That's Jim. That's his fault. That's Jimbo's fault that he ain't got no good trigger man. That's on you.
Quarterback guy.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Jim Harbaugh is supposed to be the dude that can develop quarterback.
Both of them. Yeah. Both of them.
But yet you can't get a quarterback.
Let me check out the top 25. They're not gonna fall out the top 25, but let me see if I can find the top 20.
They
I don't think so.
19th, weren't they? They were
I thought they were 17th
or 17th.
But they lost to Kansas, but they lost to TCU, who's also undefeated though.
So what? They'll be like 24.
Hey, as long as you stay in the top 25, baby. That's hey, tomato. After 15, listen. After 15, it's all just rankings. After 15, though. Who's behind Kansas as of right now?
Let
That-
me bring it up.
That'll tell us if they stay in the top 25 or not. And I guarantee you at least 2 of the teams behind them lost.
So who's behind them?
Yeah.
Kansas State, Washington, Syracuse, Mississippi State, Cincinnati, and LSU.
LSU lost, Washington lost. So yeah, they will stay in the they'll stay in the top 25. Washington lost to Arizona State. Washington lost to Arizona State bad. Yeah, I don't know what the final score was, but at one point they was down like 2 or 3 touchdowns. So yeah. Yeah, Kansas safe in the 45. Okay. I think Kansas safe in the top 25.
So yeah, I guess put it that way. I'll tell you another team that's not getting enough credit is they are
Who?
putting up numbers. UCLA, bro, is running.
Now we talked about it. Yeah, hey, Chip Kelly didn't get, listen. I'm gonna tell you what the commentator said during the game that made a lot of sense. So, now in college football we got the transfer portal, got NIL. So basically it's like free agency, right? They say they think Chip Kelly experience in the NFL is gonna help him helping him deal with that because in the NFL you ain't necessarily gonna have the same players year to year, just like you know what I'm saying. And it's kind of like that's how it's getting to in college too.
And that's also his territory. Like he went back to his stomping ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he know how it work over there. He already had a foothold in it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Yeah.
If he beats USC out for the Pac-12, I'll throw a damn party, dude.
I gotta see when they play. When does UCLA play Oregon?
And that go kind of what you were talking about too, Jay Lou. They say Chip Kelly hard to play for. Work for.
You work for. I actually heard that when he was at the Eagles too.
Yeah, they definitely said the players said that in the NFL. They didn't even like playing for him.
So,
but I don't never really pay attention to his press conferences and that, so I don't know how he is.
he's pretty raw. He's pretty stern. He's a little bit like Nick Saban.
So he's like a dictator. He real dictator.
Nick Saban.
And that ain't gonna work in the NFL. That ain't
No. So UCLA got a bye, looks like, and then they play Oregon. So at Oregon too. Chip Kelly got to go back to Alson Stadium.
Now that's gonna be a good test. That's gonna be a good test for him.
Yeah, it is. And then they ain't got USC until November 19th, so they got them pretty spread out. So yes, that's on.
Michigan's got Penn State this upcoming week, which is 10th. They'll probably be around 10 or 9th, right? Still. Then they got Michigan State, which I think would be a little bit better game than I think most people will anticipate.
Okay.
Because of the matchup, the play style. I'm not saying they'll beat them, but then they got Rutgers and Nebraska, which I think are going to be just, and Illinois. Illinois,
they 4-1. Stop now.
Okay, they're making noise with Brett Bielema, right?
Brett Bielema, he out there running. The first thing he did. What's going on, Shark? First thing he did when he got the job at Illinois 2 years ago is beefed up the offensive line. That's the first, because he loved running that thing.
That's what he do.
That's what he do, and that's what he doing on them now.
Then they at Ohio State. So I think Michigan could lose a game rolling into Ohio State.
So you giving them the Penn State game?
I'm thinking
they play Penn State next week.
I think they'll beat Penn State.
Okay. Penn State got talent now. Whether or not they always put it together on the field, they probably the second most talented team in the Big Ten. They got more talent than Michigan, to be honest with you.
And Penn State's got Michigan, Minnesota, and then Ohio State.
Penn State gonna lose that Minnesota game. I don't know about the other two. They definitely the Minnesota, because that's sandwiched in between both of those big dogs. They're not gonna be focused on it. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. So you think Ohio State is a clear cut gonna come out of the Big Ten?
Until somebody shows me they can slow down that offense now. CJ's found his stride. What you hate is Jackson Smith and Jigba ain't even playing still. Yeah, that's a shame. It shows you how good that offense is, bro. They so talented on it. Right. Yeah. So outside of we was talking earlier about the four. Outside of those top three, who you got as the fourth best team? We said Oklahoma or the best shot to make the playoffs. We said either Oklahoma State or Clemson. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. I don't think it's gonna be Oklahoma State. I think it'll be Clemson.
I'm leaning
The only
towards
reason
Clemson.
I think if they both undefeated, it's Clemson because Clemson got more money in the bank with this college football playoff committee because they've been there before. You know what I'm saying?
viewership, you know what I mean? Like they got everything. Plus, Okie State just doesn't bring
Better
the defense.
brand, better brand.
Yep, better brand. That's right.
And and everybody wants to see that press conference where they're left out. What Mike Gundy's going to say. So that's gonna be entertainment, right? They might as well have Joe Rogan there doing like an interview with him.
So in the ACC, we man, it look like Clemson pretty much coming out the Atlantic. Who coming out the Coastal? Like, don't nobody want to win the Coastal?
Nobody.
Pitt, Miami, North Carolina, like who? Virginia Tech, who coming out the Coastal?
North Carolina.
It might be North Carolina.
I do think it's going to be North Carolina now. I gave my look every year I come in because I want Miami to be back because I loved the early 2000s Miami.
You and everybody else in Miami too.
I know, dog. Like, and my wife's from Miami, man. So it's like I want to see that style of brand and swagger brought back to football. So every year I'm like propping them up. Every year I'm like, Miami is finally going to start making. They may not win it all, they may whatever, but they're going to turn the corner and then they lose to Middle Tennessee State by like 30 points.
They got to get it right,
Listen,
coach in, man.
Listen, man, from here on out, they just need to be the University of Miami Hurricanes. That's really good. Let the U die. The U is not happening again, man. It's not happening. That's what the players was doing today. They was doing the upside down U today. The North Carolina players.
Have you guys ever been down to University of Miami?
I have. I went down there with my nephew. They were on the unofficial back in the spring. That was Cristobal. That's why he can recruit. He a personable dude, but I just don't think Miami wants to be the U again. That's swagger. That's not Cristobal. Cristobal is blue collar.
I know. I feel like Miami.
And they need to let the swagger go, dog. Just go win games. Stop trying to be something that you're never gonna have. Michael Irvins and Ray Lewis's and Ed Reed's and Willis McGahee's. But they have. Come on, man. Like, you're not gonna replicate.
If you get the right coach in, cause they'll come. They just going.
You know who that coach could be.
I think
who that coach could be.
Dion.
Exactly.
So what I've been saying? How many times have you heard me say that?
And Dion gonna be a problem. Like we said, Dion gonna be a problem if he go to most Power 5 schools because he can recruit.
And so I've been there a million times, man. Like Miami cannot. Okay, it's almost like when you look at the Oakland Athletics, right? You compare them to the New York Yankees. You can't compare the styles because you can't expect Oakland to compete at the same level with New York playing that style of baseball. It's the same thing with Miami is not a true college football powerhouse as a whole, right? So for them to try to compete against Alabama and Georgia's, right, and Ohio State's in recruiting and everywhere else, doing it their style is completely wrong. And so what advantage do you have? It's the culture, man. It's the swagger, it's the let it loose lifestyle. Strip clubs and bars and footsies.
But I
told him they need to put. If they got Ed Reed on the coaching staff, we need to be on a fast trajectory to head coach. Like every year moving forward, he needs to be an intern for the head coach.
Like I say, man, and and Cristobal, like I say, I don't know what his position is, but he's definitely on the staff. Like I say, he was down there when we was down there, and he had a lot of the players. Like Cristobal came in there, he bring a lot of the players back. They be down there, like every practice and stuff. But I'm telling you, they style of play don't say like you used to have Miami standing over people getting flags.
Yes.
You need that. What I'm saying is you can still get the players. But I'm talking about the swag. Like, okay, we dominating people. Bama and Georgia dominating people. They ain't got the swag that the U had. And we clearly better than. That's what I'm saying. The swag is not coming back. Like, they don't even build kids like that no more.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. They don't even build.
They down in Miami.
They are. You got to go pull them out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like,
maybe maybe because they so spread out through college football, they can't have it. Maybe if they, like y'all say, they pull them all back down to Miami. Now you a whole bunch of 305 together.
Ain't number dreadlocks and gold teeth in Miami. They down there. They down there. They just getting away.
Yeah.
Maybe, gonna hire
maybe if you concentrate them and get them back, then maybe so. But I just think you need to focus on being good. Like the swag comes with being good.
The first thing, if you want Miami to be that, in my opinion, you schedule a Power 5. Let's just say schedule USC, right?
Okay.
A home and away game. Bring USC to Miami. I want you to go on the field, and I want you to slap the shit out of somebody.
See, that's what I'm saying. These kids ain't built like that no more.
Look, your fifth string kicker, whatever, send the dude on the field at the coin toss and have him literally trip somebody and sucker punch him. And then...
See, listen, man.
Lou just said Cristobal ain't finna have it. They ain't finna go
No,
with that. But if you get the right coach, like Ed Reed, your coach, you know, get what? He gonna have plenty more guys from Miami that everybody know on that staff too.
Yeah.
And they're gonna allow and they're gonna promote that kind of culture. It'll come back.
See, this is my theory. This is my theory on the whole Miami getting back to who they was. I think the perception of the Miami program as a whole is overblown. So listen to me now. People be trying to make Miami, even though we know they're not a blue blood, people try to make Miami a blue blood. Miami was good. Listen, Miami was good for about 15 years out of their whole college football program. From the mid-'80s to 2000s.
They're a new
early 2000s. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, but to be fair, they're a brand new program.
They took a time. That's what I'm saying though. But like there was like 3 or 4 classes.
How many runs Georgia don't have? Like Miami don't have.
But see, okay, and then, but outside of that window, they've been absolute trash. Like even you know what I'm saying. Like even when Bama wasn't good, it wasn't trash. You know, not for.
Yeah, but Bama is more of a legacy. If you want to talk
Yeah,
about
Bama blue blood. Bama blue blood. Yeah, and like we wasn't trash. Like we like Miami the last couple outside of the 2-3 years Mark Richt was there, man. Miami been trash, dog.
Miami,
and that's a long time, bro. That's a long time.
Miami technically is one of the newest football teams, right? Like, if
how long they been playing football? I don't know. 50 years.
Yeah, it's around like 50 years. So you think about that? They've had 2
well, then that makes sense.
Runs.
Yeah, years. Yeah, that makes sense. If they 50 years, they had the late 80s, and then during the 90s it was kind of, and then the early 2000s.
Well, that's pretty good.
But I can name some other teams that's like that, though. That's what I'm saying. Like people put all I'm saying is
that Miami had.
How many championships they won? Like 5. Yeah, they won like 5 chips, right?
Miami.
So then tell me this: why people think Miami? People keep trying to make Miami be back. But then they say Nebraska can't be back. Nebraska had better runs than Miami. They was punishing Miami in the late 80s.
Right
Tommy Frazier them?
Dude, I can tell you right now. This to me is very simple. The way we're...
Because it's Miami.
No. It's because the way we cater to recruits. Recruits now want to go to Miami Beach in the warm weather and play football. Who wants to be in Lincoln, Nebraska?
What I told you. Y'all be going. That's what I told you.
Okay, tell me this.
I wasn't being funny. But most brothers are fair weather guys.
Tell me this though, I agree. I agree with that. But how did they get them then?
It was a different era.
Yeah,
Social media didn't exist.
And you didn't have a pattern.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have as many athletes either. If you had 10 of the best guys, I mean, you gonna win. But now those same 10 guys, you can find them a dime a dozen everywhere now.
I'm just like it was. Hey, when they was good, they had the brothers up there. That's all I'm saying.
Plus,
it was still the state of Nebraska ain't changed much since then. I mean, it still ain't got nothing up there. But at some point, they stopped being able. Even when Frank Solis was there, they was winning 9 or 10 games. It's like I'm just saying. I feel like with the right guy, like you said, Nebraska and Miami got the same shot to come back.
I can't agree.
Miami got a way better shot. Miami, the recruiting ground way more fertile. First of all,
Yes.
It is, but the right guy. Like so, right now, if they keep Cristobal and Deion go to Nebraska, who got the better shot to get back?
Deion is not calling it.
but them apples and oranges, man.
No. Don't run from the question. Don't. You said if he get the resources, Nebraska got the resources. If Deion goes to Nebraska, don't. It's all hypothetical. If Deion, don't run from the question. If Deion goes to Nebraska, Cristobal stays in Miami. Who does better? Who's back?
I think Deion have a better shot. How he gonna get the players?
That's what. That's a.
I'll say
See,
Miami.
I think Nebraska, cause I feel like Deion can talk a brother into going to Nebraska. Deion can sell ice to an Eskimo, dog.
Wherever he go, that program gonna be on a higher trajectory than what they were.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's automatic. I think I'm looking at a grand scheme, though. If Deion goes to Nebraska, Deion isn't staying at Nebraska for 10 years. You get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the trajectory as a whole. So, like, Miami, in my opinion, it has too much going for it in everything else other than football. They don't sell football. You know what I mean? Why would they? Like, it's like USC. They don't sell football.
Yeah, they don't. But the thing is, they got the right guy, and they started. Now it look like they because the guys before Lincoln Riley, they was selling the same thing Lincoln Riley selling.
Prime example. That's what I'm saying. USC, they get the right guy in 1 year, they back to relevance almost. In 1 year, just because you got the right guy.
Well, I guess the question is, why is it that everybody clamors for Miami to be back? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not one of these guys like, oh, college football is better when Texas and Miami is good. I don't care who good, as long as it's good football. Like, Miami being sorry all these years didn't make college football no worse for me. So
it's the fan bases. I'm telling you, it's the riled up Miami fans, the riled up US.
Because you want to talk trash,
and you just want to shit talk somebody. That's who you're gonna be talking against. You know what I mean?
So, but to say that, see, that's what I'm saying though. My bad, Charlie, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so Bama being on this historic run, right? Has that run been lessened any by Miami being sorry?
But Miami sorry?
That's what I'm saying. So if it hasn't been lessened to say that college football is better when Miami's good, Miami fans talk trash anyway. They like Dallas Cowboy fans.
All right,
it's kind of like this right here, Coach. It's just kind of like this. It's my same kind of scenario with us being Georgia fans right now. So when our age group was growing up, Miami was the shit. They were winning.
Yeah.
And right now, the age that we are now, we are the ones that are in power. That's why we want air. So all the ones that grew up seeing that, they want to see Miami back because that to them, that's when they relate to when football was great. That's when time was great.
Sure. I guess I can see that. I guess me as a pure college football fan, I grew up in that era too, and Miami was good, Notre Dame was good. I could care less if Notre Dame good. Like I was a Notre Dame fan up until I decided to come to Georgia. Like, and I could care less if they win another game. I don't care. I just need to see good football. That's what I want. I like it. Honestly, this year is one of the best years because of how much parity it is. As a football fan, you know what I'm saying?
You know what else it is though too. So like, if I'm an Alabama fan, would I rather see a great rivalry of me traveling to Clemson and playing them, or would I rather travel down to Miami?
Well, if you say you want this, you could, if they good, so you can go to the city of Miami. I mean,
the whole. That's what I'm saying. It makes football better.
Like the city of Miami, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't care if like we just talk about like football. Like I don't like Georgia going to Miami or Georgia going to Clemson because I look at the fans. Even when they got to get a campus stadium on campus or something because even when Mark Richt was good for that couple of years, they still don't pack out their stadium. As a fan, if I go down there, I want it to be a raucous environment. Like they don't present a raucous environment. It's like 5,000 kids at the school. So I don't know.
You ain't gonna be like that. You ain't winning.
They're private schools, so they small. They like real small. So I'll maybe 8,000.
It's like USC, bro. USC's that way.
Yeah, it's a lot of eye candy down there. I wouldn't mind going if I was a recruit.
Or you right on that.
I might go around this sign called what I see.
Oh man.
But that's how USC is though, for real. Man, you gotta understand. Imagine if you from Georgia and you go to the beach over there in USC.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, bro.
Passing
Come on,
out,
man.
bro.
You just gonna go call you at the beach now. It don't get cold. None of that. And everything you see over there, they don't make them like over in the South. They don't.
College football after dark.
I know, right?
Just saying, bro. But what I'm saying, the Flavors really have a lot to do with recruiting.
They do. They do. I can get with that. That's why like you said, the right guy, and I don't know who the right guy is for Miami, shouldn't have a problem recruiting at Miami. He shouldn't have a problem winning, but they apparently can't get the right guy. And USC, it took, like you say, I don't know. It's looking like Lincoln Riley might be the right guy, but they out in La La Land. They shouldn't have a problem either.
And let's relax too on the Mario Cristobal. This is year one, man.
True.
Like when he brings in his guys, he has a top 10 recruiting class right now, somewhere.
Well,
around
see,
there.
yeah, that's what I said. I said he can recruit, but I said that Miami fans are clamoring for the swaggers, for the U.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Mario Cristobal is never going to be the U as in swagger. That's not him.
He took
And that's
away
gonna be
the
the
turnover
problem.
chain.
That's why certain players ain't gonna go there because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mario, like I said, he can recruit, but he's a blue collar pro style. Like he ain't flashy. Like y'all said, like the slap come out kicker that ain't gonna play come out and slap somebody. Like Ed Reed might chastise him in public, but then on the sideline say that we need a little bit more of that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever that kind of attitude. Mario Cristobal ain't for that at all.
You
That
know
shit cool. My bad. Go ahead, Jello.
You know who should? You know, in my opinion, and look, some people may disagree with this. The best man for Miami, there's, in my opinion, no doubt. If you want somebody that can bring the swagger back, let loose a little bit and have fun, I don't see how you can overlook
James Franklin.
No, I was gonna say Lane Kiffin.
I can see that I put him and James Franklin in that. Like when the USC job came open, I said that's perfect for James Franklin. James Franklin loves being in front of the camera,
Yeah.
and he don't care nothing about what you think about him. He gonna like James Franklin got that. Like if Miami, like you said, Lane Kiffin got that too. But James Franklin when he was at Vandy would not hire an assistant coach if his wife didn't look good, because he said if you can bag a 10 as a wife, then that means you can recruit. Like he said that. He said that.
Let's put that in perspective. What Lane Kiffin had done at Ole Miss is remarkable.
Dude.
Imagine being at Miami.
That's what I'm saying. James Franklin won 9-10 games at Vandy, dog.
Right.
Vandy, I know.
Vandy.
But once again,
Like-
that right fit, Coach. I'm talking about if you get the right fit, that's just
Yeah.
like what's the guy at LSU?
Brian Kelly.
Like
Yeah.
he's a great coach, but I don't think he's the right fit
He's
for
a
the
bad-
South.
Yeah. He just, we was talking about him, Jonathan, like earlier today, like I was watching the pregame, man. He was giving his speech. You know how sometimes they go in the locker room. I was just looking at the players' faces. They didn't even believe nothing he was saying, man.
Well,
It was just the demeanor.
I couldn't understand him.
He looks out of place at
Not the
LSU.
right
That's,
fit. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It was, I think it was an overreaction to bring him in. When they saw Lincoln Riley had the USC, they're like, we got to get somebody here that's reputable, that's won games. And look, Brian
Yeah.
Kelly has won a lot of games. He's
He has.
reputable.
Yeah.
You know, he checks off a lot of boxes, but sometimes checking off the right boxes doesn't mean you're the right fit.
Right.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we might be talking it up, but every fool around here see Lane Kiffin or James Franklin down there in Miami.
Bro, look what Lane Kiffin did at FAU.
That's what I'm saying. Like them dudes, they just got it. Like they got what Miami's looking for. Like I say, I know Cristobal played at Miami and all that, but when you talk about swag, it ain't a lot of coaches that can do what Kiffin do, or like swag that James Franklin bring. Like they bring swag, though.
Yeah, it's you know.
Or Dion, like I say, Dion just got an aura about himself that nobody else has. So
I feel like that
That's
would
a
be
whole
the
nother
no-brainer.
level.
no, now that right there.
No-brainer.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I might have to throw in some dollars to keep Dion out of Miami now, because he go to Miami, they might run off by 10 straight.
Yeah.
Man,
They would literally build a wall around Florida with recruits.
I'll say Florida would be on lock for sure.
Yeah, there would be no doubt about that.
Oh my God, dog! That would he would literally own college football. Like it just wouldn't even be fair.
Overnight, Tuscaloosa rights to be turned out, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got the resources to do what you want to do. Ain't nothing illegal in a sense no more, bro. It'll be tough, bro.
Oh boy! So basically we need Cristobal to win about 8-9 games so we keep Deion and make him go somewhere.
But see, the thing about Cristobal, like with his coaching style and the culture that he trying to build, let me tell you something. After 2-3 years and that shit ain't winning, it get old fast.
Yeah.
You tell the motherfucker what to do. I be forgetting.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you
tell
good?
the folk what to do and how to do it and trying to be stern and we ain't winning no games.
How many years did Scott? How many years did Scott Frost get? 5?
4?
4, I think.
4. Okay, because I'm figuring they gonna give him. Like I say, now granted, Scott Frost wasn't even winning. He wasn't even going 500. So
Dog.
I think Cristobal gonna get at least 5 or 6, even if he going 8, 9. Get a team. First of all, it's the Coastal. If he can't win now, you right, Todd. If he can't win the Coastal in 3 years, something wrong. It's the Coastal.
They gonna check out fast. If you ain't, that's what I'm saying. Down there with the way the culture is, if you ain't winning fast, they gonna check out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the way the transfer portal is, those dudes can be gone quick.
Well, what's funny is they interviewed one of their top recruits, he's like a 4-star or something. After Miami lost to Middle Tennessee State, and they was like, "Did any coaches reach out to you after the loss?" He was like, "Yeah, a lot of them." He's like, "First one was Clemson." He was like, I wasn't trying. He said, "I wasn't trying to grandstand on them or that, man. I told him we locked in, man. We want to be back at the U 305 for life, man." I was like, "I get that, but if they keep losing." It sounds good until you keep losing.
See, the uniform is kind of like Oregon. The uniforms are cool for 1 year, and then the aura wears off, and you're like, well, this losing thing isn't very attractive anymore.
I told people that was all hyped up about these new coaches in the offseason. I was like, it's just the offseason. Everybody undefeated. I was like, but kids, listen, you got NIL, you got transfer portal, all that stuff. At the end of the day, real players still want to win, man. They still
the Notre
want to
Dame coach, he had so many damn commercials. I was like, I ain't won a game yet.
Hey, talk about what it seems like a fit. He seems like he's a good fit.
Yeah.
At Notre Dame. Seems. Now, he got the recruiting down, but what about on the field, though? They don't look good, though. They don't look good. And they returned a lot of people now, other than their quarterback and their safety, but then they went out and got another safety from Northwestern who was just as good almost. So, I know I said, man, in all season, all I heard was Notre Dame, USC, Oklahoma, South Carolina got Spencer Rattler. I'm hearing all this.
I didn't believe in Oklahoma, no way, man. I think he in over. He just not a head. In my, he just in over his head. That ain't the move. That ain't the play, man.
What he trying to do is recreate Clemson out there, Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, that ain't them. You know what I'm saying? Like
football.
Well, even with the recruiting tactic, like with Clemson say they want you to take all your visits and stuff because once you commit, they don't want you taking no more visits. Like he even started that at Oklahoma. Like, hey, if that's what you want to do, it's fine. But that turns a lot of these big dudes. They big time guys want to be the man the whole time until they put pen to paper. Like, you can't do everything like Clemson do. This Oklahoma, it's different. They good. They are blue blood. So, I don't know, man. You got to win games. At the end of the day, man, you got to win some games.
Well, somebody DC staff in about 2 years.
Clemson?
It'd be it. I was about to say, he can always come to the Nick Saban school of car wash. No, he won't do that. He's too good for that.
Y'all the rehab of coaches.
Yeah. He. I don't think him and his personality. I don't think him and Nick.
He wouldn't be able to survive Nick, and he wouldn't be able to survive Kirby Smart. Those two dudes.
Yeah, no. Him and Dabo was a good combo. So I don't think Purdue beat Maryland 31. Look at Purdue, only got one loss, I think.
Yeah.
How about that?
One game.
How about that? Look at them trying to win the Big Ten West. Wisconsin beat Northwestern 42-7.
Bro, how about this? The hire of the year, could it really be Sonny Dykes going to TCU?
He should. And listen, if they win 2 more games, After what they did last year, he should win Coach of the Year.
Like, nobody's talking about him.
Dog, first year, and their offense is explosive.
Oh, Duggan, their quarterback is legit. Like
In the Big 12, it's them. I'm telling you, it's them. Oklahoma State. I mean, Baylor only got one loss, and Texas got one loss. Those are the 4 teams that's looking to try to win this thing. I mean, Kansas State right there, but I don't know if Kansas without that. I don't know how long their quarterback gonna be hurt. So if their quarterback, their backup is decent, but the starter is better. And then Kansas State, I think they're good and they're gonna challenge, but I don't know if they got enough firepower for Texas and Oklahoma State and TCU. Like that's rough right there.
I feel like a lot of people's perception of Sarkisian is starting to turn.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people now are like removed him from that hot seat. Like it's not even warm anymore. They're like, okay, things are starting to look like the way it should look like now.
Sark bought some time when he played y'all good. I know they say they not out there for more victories, but the fact that they played y'all and they had their backup quarterback, that bought him some time
They had a chance to
alone.
win.
Mm-hmm. That bought him some time alone right there.
And like I think Gary Patterson going on that staff was
Huge.
humongous.
Well, it was good. It was good for Gary Patterson too, because he had kind of like wore out his welcome at TCU. You know what I'm saying? It's like he had been there, he had his good years, and then it was like he needed a new change. But the Days win over Oklahoma, that drubbing, that bought Sark at least 2 to 3 years. That win alone
That was like that's the largest victory ever
in that series.
I was like, oh my god, bro!
No, they beat them to sleep.
Like, I watched the first quarter and I was like, did Oklahoma show up?
I can't wait to talk to my guy Mike. He's an Oklahoma fan. He said before the game, the fan base is already not happy with Brent Venables' progress so far. So I'm like,
Why should
I'm interested to see, like, even knowing that he's a first year coach, first time at Oklahoma as far as the head coach, he's been there. They like, nah. Like, I'm gonna tell you like this. I know you got to give first year coaches time, but if you don't go, listen, I don't care what first year coach you are. If you go to a program like Oklahoma, changing out all the players and everything, it's still the Big 12. You don't go 500. That's a problem in your first year.
And that's a problem with
500 at Oklahoma.
That's a problem.
Man, you gotta win. You gotta win at least 8-9 games.
Like
For real.
These new coaches have a problem, period. Because you're talking about Dan Lanning, you're talking about Brent Venables taking over programs, major programs. What happened to going to, it doesn't have to go to FCS level, but what happened going to Memphis, at least Memphis or Middle Tennessee or whatever it may be,
Basically
and then working your way up.
Proving yourself, yeah. Because this is the problem. It's like we in a society where so you do it, I can do it too, or whatever I see you do, and Kirby putting pressure on schools left and right, one way or the other. He putting pressure on schools that's got coaches already that ain't won no chip. He putting pressure on schools to go out and get a guy that was a good DC or something and thinking they gonna replicate. Like, listen, get me wrong. I like Dan Lanning. I think he's a good coach, but like that's what Oregon is hoping for. They're hoping that he can do the same thing at Oregon that Kirby did at Georgia. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? It's like
in the SEC is different though, because what you have to understand is, even when you have new OCs and DCs come into the SEC, our resources are different. Like you had Ed come in 1 year, win it. Then you had we had like
Les Miles.
Then you had your boy in Florida come in. It's just different when you get somebody in the SEC. We got way more resources. Like we breed, eat, sleep football.
Which is why I think your lease is shorter at Oklahoma, because they got the resources for the most part, or in Oregon. Like, I think Dan Lanning, of course, he only lost to us, but I think his lease is short. They got the resources though. They got Nike.
I'm just saying, when you're talking about the SEC, is different because you gotta understand, in the SEC, somebody in your conference every year is winning the national championship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other conferences, y'all making the playoffs, y'all making runs, but the SEC is winning national championship, whether it be LSU, Florida, Alabama, Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That puts that's pressure. Tennessee.
Exactly.
Like, dude, it's crazy when you look at what Kirby Smart is doing in the East and what Nick Saban is
Pressure.
doing in the West. It is like a two-headed dragon that is firing everybody in the conference.
Pressure.
Like, you need
Pressure.
to do this. You need to replicate like Kirby Smart. And it's like, dude, that dude didn't walk into a terrible situation. But then they're like, well, what about Nick Saban? Nick Saban had Kirby Smart for 9 years. He had continuity with his staff before he even got to Alabama.
Listen, I always listen. What Kirby Smart and Nick Saban do, man, and then schools see that. I compare it to like TV. So like when you see a 55-inch by itself and a 50-inch alone by itself, you like, well, that's not much of a difference until you put it beside each other. You like, that's a huge difference. So now Kirby in the East, they looking like, well, you know, it wasn't that bad. Georgia wasn't much of a threat when they was doing 10 wins. Now we over here, Kirby is putting pressure. That's why I say I don't know if Brian Harsin makes it out.
Tennessee.
Yep.
You got 2 second-year coaches. Literally, if you just look at the numbers right now, they got a shot for playing for the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. That puts pressure on the Mizzous and Florida. Like they like, whoa, wait a minute, Hyper up there at Tennessee. Tennessee been bad for 20 years. How Hyper come in here and now they better than us?
I guess they had that little Eli run and.
Well, but never. I don't know if they. That's pressure, though. That's like Brian Kelly is under pressure for one because it's LSU, and the prior 2 coaches came in not even that good, especially on his level as far as coaching, and they won natties. So he under pressure from that. He under pressure because Nick Saban's still winning. Jimbo at some point got to be. They got to feel the pressure out there.
Like, I mean, it's crazy to think Les Miles won a national championship. Like, you know what I mean? He basically won it with Nick Saban's players. I think we can all agree with that. But then you see Ed Orgeron do it. And, then, you make a great point with that. And then you bring in Brian Kelly, who's technically, if you look at the hire, he should be above all of them.
He's a better coach. Yeah.
Exactly. Than maybe Nick Saban, right? So I think we can agree to that. So it's like the expectation is year 1, you better perform something contending.
That's why I say Brett Venables might not have long at Oklahoma, dog, because Oklahoma is that dog. Oklahoma been good.
I give him 2 years. I told he gonna be somebody DC for hire in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? 2 years he gonna be ready to go coach somebody defense.
Oklahoma don't know nothing, but then Charlotte made a good point. I said 500, but Oklahoma. When the last time Oklahoma didn't win 8 games?
Right, that's what I'm saying, bro. They stay relevant. They stay winning 10 games.
Dude, Texas A&M, I know they competed with Alabama. They're 3-3.
Dog, it's time to start talking about hot seat, man. I don't care how much they paid that dude. That was on them. They paid that dude. This dude is not getting results. What year is this? Number 5, right?
This is 5.
Year 5. This dude is under immense pressure. Nick Saban won the championship in his 3rd year, right? 2nd year.
So we won the national championship in 2009, so technically 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 because he only had half the season. Well, no, I'll say 3.
So basically in 5, he won 2, right? In the first 5 years.
He won over 10 games but 1 time.
That's what. And Kirby came in and played for a net in his 2nd year.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I keep saying. Like in the SEC, you get 2 like that first or 2nd year. You see when you got the guy, you see an automatic flip in the program.
Yep.
Yeah.
Automatic.
So Jimbo ain't the guy.
Clearly.
I mean, I think it's clear as day. I don't think there's any. I just don't think it's even close. Why is this discussion even being had? Like, what are we talking about at this point?
But this is the thing that people want to throw out that money. Like that money shouldn't stop you from being on the hot seat, though.
And I hate this damn argument. You know what? Do what?
What's his buyout?
95.7 million right now. It'll be 95 million by the end of the season.
He ain't going nowhere. That's why he ain't going nowhere. That's why he ain't going nowhere.
Bruh, Texas got the bad. The state of Texas got the bad.
100
million? He ain't going nowhere.
That's now what I will say is that would be bad spending. But I'm gonna tell you, when I tell you Texas A&M got that money, if they really wanted to,
I ain't never heard about Claude that high.
was fully guaranteed. They did 110 million fully guaranteed.
Jimbo
He
Fisher.
ain't going nowhere, bro.
Let me see. What's the? I gotta see when
Now, you
when
can't
is
even
it?
afford the next
2031
coach you
is
bring
when it's
in gonna have to be a step down because you can't afford to pay the net coach 8, 9,
No.
10 million.
Now you got to bring in Mark Stoops.
Let's
You
see.
have to bring in somebody like that, Bo Pelini. I don't know,
Yeah.
Bobby Petrino, somebody.
So here goes. I want to see. Like you said 2031 is when he actually.
When it's up, 2031, his contract's up.
What?
Yeah, his contract is up in 2031. Every year he's making at least 8.5 million for every year.
Base salary.
Yeah, base salary. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
see when. Yeah, I'm trying to see when his buyout details.
God.
It says here if Fisher and his team didn't pick some arbitrary number that the school would agree to pay him if they fired by some arbitrary date, we see. Okay, rather if Texas A&M decides to fire Fisher without cause, so basically if he ain't got no scandals or nothing,
Yep.
if he ain't got no scandals, they fire him. The university owes him every single penny.
Yes, fully guaranteed contract. The whole 100 million.
Oh my
Listen. If Jimbo, listen.
You got a nice
If Jimbo don't get it together, he gonna start seeing random chicks pop up at the stove in little mini skirts.
Hey, bro, that's a hell of a contract, bro.
Bro,
Oh my gosh!
the seed will be planted when Ed Orgeron's hired on as an analyst.
Okay.
We'll send him in for recruiting violations.
Dog
That's
boy.
amazing, bro. Oh,
Fully
you can't even
guaranteed.
afford to fire him now. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm
And this is the thing. Every penny, and within 2 months, like if you fire him, you got to pay him every penny. But within 2 months, you got to get him 25% of that.
Yeah.
God, that's 25 million.
Easy. Right now, you got to have it on deck.
And
Right
you
now.
got to pay the new guy.
So Texas A&M fans, if y'all can't get it, Jimbo can't get it together, I'm sorry to say you are stuck with Jimbo.
They better, all Texas A&M fans need to do this. Go buy your a helmet, a mouthpiece, buckle your chin strap up every Saturday, and then get ready for the ride.
Fuck. I hope you like 8-4, bro. 8-4 every year.
Dog, Jimbo agent is the man. He's the man. I don't know who the agent is, but he
Sexton.
is the man.
It's Sexton. It's the same dude that Nick Saban and Kirby Smart used.
God.
But the thing about it is, that man went to a different level.
Bruh, they owe him every. That's why Jimbo out here like talking all reckless to Nick Saban and stuff in the offseason. He know he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't nothing to worry about.
job security.
He got mad job security. Oh man.
He makes
Okay,
the
man.
hell up.
I done held y'all on here about 3 hours, man. Let's see. That's crazy, dog.
Oh, wow, to stop hiding, man. Come on back out, man.
All right, so Hall Wild, man. I don't know if you watching that. You just gonna get on with me, man. Yeah, you got the. Hey, man. At some point, man, just come on, talk some football. It'll make you feel better. Because listen, Sam Pittman, he's struggling down there, dog. Y'all, it's looking bad, man. It's looking bad. Appreciate you joining us, Wallace, and everybody else that came in the chat today. We're gonna be back next Saturday, 10 o'clock, man. Hey, we got some games next week, man. We got some games. Penn, like I say,
Separation time.
yep, Penn State, Michigan. We got Alabama, Tennessee. We got USC, Utah. USC still got to beat them. Who else we got? Florida State, Clemson. We got some games, man. So you say you're gonna be drinking that Saturday. Hey, you might have to tune because y'all got the 3:30. No, that. Yeah.
I think it is
Probably
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah, it's the CBS game. Yeah. So you can come
Man,
that
I
way.
hate
You,
they commentators too, man. CBS.
Yeah.
God, dang.
well, you know, SEC ain't got but one more season at CBS, man. Then it's all ESPN. So they commentators ain't that good, man. Everybody on Facebook, YouTube, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all come back next Saturday, man. We're gonna have some good content, man. Next Saturday, like you say, it's Separation Saturday, dog. And Michigan fans or Penn State fans are gonna be. I don't know, man. I don't know where they play that game at, Johnson. You know?
I believe it's in Michigan this year.
Oh, that might not be good for Penn
Let me
State.
look.
It's gonna. And my guy Hog Wild, man. Somebody y'all find him on Twitter. He should get back at me, man. Like, hey, man, take it easy on him. Hog Wild, you still welcome, dog. Come on back, man. Come on back, talk some football with us, dog.
Where do we go from here,
It's
man?
it's in Michigan this year.
All right, it's in Michigan, dog. It's in Michigan. So we're gonna try to get some more fans up in here. I'm gonna try to see if we can hunt down JJ, man. JJ, listen, I'm gonna be up real with y'all. JJ, I know you probably gonna watch this. Don't hide because Pitt ain't playing good, dog.
Bro.
Pitt is playing like boo-boo, bro.
They were on today, didn't they?
They did. It was a struggle with Virginia Tech. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. And they lost to Georgia Tech last Saturday. He was going to hop on, but then they lost. I'm not saying he didn't hop on because they lost to Tech. All I'm saying is
That's probably why.
Coincidence.
it's a coincidence. Shout out to Shawty Parker, man. College football, Jonathan Lewis, man. Tell them how they can find you, Jay.
College football, Jonathan Lewis on YouTube and at College FB Lewis on Twitter.
There it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all come back, man, and keep this thing going for Thad and Jonathan, man. Coach out of fan, we out of here.
Y'all be safe.